So, did anything interesting happen today? I don't know. Was today a special day or anything? I mean, my phone was blowing up with all these notifications. Oh, that's right. Today was NBA trade deadline day. It ended earlier, about 4 hours ago. So let's go ahead, wind it down. Let's talk about it. Whatever you guys want to talk about, whatever trade you want to talk about. Obviously, we'll talk about what the Knicks did. But of course, we have a game to get to. We do have some guys to go over. I think it's going to be an incredibly entertaining game with the way the Charlotte Hornets have been playing. So let's go ahead. Let's dive right into it. Of course, we are back in the building, y'all. And what a fun time NBA trade deadline day is all the time. Always incredibly entertaining. Things going awry all over the place. Bruce Fowler, what's up, Bruce? One that we'll be discussing tonight. Jose, can you see? We'll see. We got a couple things to go over. Rose Pierre, what's up, Rose Pierre? Drolano, of course. What's up, Drolano? Drolano, what's going on with your Pistons right now? I got it up over here. Oh, it's only 13. All right, they're right back into it. The Pistons will end up winning. I'm not worried about that, Drolano. But down 13 in the first quarter to the Wizards. I don't know what you got going on over there. Lionel Monas, Oda Austin, of course. Appreciate you. Doug Fresh, David Osh Jr., of course. Ty Eagles, what's up, Ty? Susan, as always, what's up, Susan? Bruce said the Wizards don't even resemble the team we played only this week. Yeah, the Wizards got a lot of interesting things going on, but we're going to start with a lot of the major things, a lot of the things that are probably most prominent to us as Knicks fans, majority of us in the chat who usually come in here early. Eric C., what's up, Eric? So let's talk about it. The Knicks traded Gershon Yabusele, a guy we all expected to end up getting traded. If you guys don't know, the trade was to the Chicago Bulls, and what the Knicks got back was Dalen Terry. And it was pretty much a straight-up trade, 1-for-1. No picks were exchanged. Gorgeous, because there was a lot of speculation, a lot of feeling that the Knicks were likely going to have to attach trade assets or draft assets to get off of Yabusele's contract. But something interesting that came out. Dan 10, what's up, Dan 10? Good trade deadline. Pretty good. Something that came out about the Gershon Yabusele trade, if you guys didn't know, was, if you don't know what Gershon Yabusele's contract is, he signed a 1-and-1. What a 1-and-1 is that he signed to be under contract for this season, and he had a player option for next season, meaning that this offseason, he has the right to either pick up one more year on his deal or to waive it and decide not to pick it up. As a part of the trade to Chicago Bulls, the Knicks and the Bulls were able to negotiate with Yabusele and his agent so that he waives his player option for next year right now, restructures the contract, and that was good enough to allow the Chicago Bulls to accept the deal. Without it, Chicago was like, we don't really want to be under the books to have to have him under contract for next year. So, shout out Gershon Yabusele for coming down, taking away, waiving his player option, which is usually something that players hold on to like gold because it allows them at least the decision about whether or not they would like to continue playing in the NBA or even playing on the team or entering free agency. It's kind of looking like Yabusele might be over the NBA product and might be on his way back overseas, probably for good, probably never to return to the NBA again. It was a good, solid try, but we'll see. We'll see what happens with his career. He's going to get some playing time in Chicago. Shout out to Gershon Yabusele. Even on his way out, help the Knicks. He helped them, right? He may not have helped them on the court, but he helped them to acquire another asset in Dalen Terry. If you guys don't know who Dalen Terry is a nice young prospect wing that was in Chicago, kind of rotting behind a lot of the other wings that they have on that team, like Modest Buzelis and whatnot. And he was kind of in and out of the rotation all the time, was getting minutes, then wasn't getting minutes, then was kind of getting minutes, then wasn't really getting minutes. So it was a little frustrating for him, I'm sure. Either way, the Knicks picked up Dalen Terry, and my initial thought was, we didn't have to give up any draft assets? Okay, I'll rock with Dalen Terry. Interesting prospect. The three-point shots are looking to get better. He's not much of an offensive player, but he plays hard defensively, decent defender. I was like, all right, cool, we'll roll with it. And then, of course, that was a couple of nights ago. Last night, the deadline, that was last night. And then today, The trade deadline approaching 3 o'clock. The Knicks were able to negotiate with the New Orleans Pelicans. If you guys have not heard about the trade, they've negotiated with the New Orleans Pelicans. Chaos Kid, what's up, Chaos Kid? Daniel Berry Sports, what's up, Daniel? Happy Thursday. Absolutely, brother, absolutely. They were able to negotiate with New Orleans Pelicans to pick up a guy they have very much coveted for a while now, a guy they really wanted to get their hands on, a guy they wanted to bring back home to New York, and that is, of course, Jose Alvarado. Grand Theft Auto Alvarado will be in orange and blue starting tomorrow. I don't know if he'll be available tomorrow. I highly doubt it, but he will be in orange and blue. He will be in the team. He'll likely be on the bench with everybody. Granted, as long as the trades go through, obviously, guys have to pass the physicals and all of that, and it has to go through the league, of course. He should be with the team tomorrow, though. Hopefully, he's over there on the bench. Bruce Fowler said that core surgery can be tricky. Yes, we will talk about it in a second here. Let's talk about Jose Alvarado for a second. Actually, we can talk about it right now because the reason why it was incredibly important for the Knicks to go out and acquire Jose Alvarado, a lot of people were like, oh, man, another small guard? Like, that's kind of not what we needed. Kind of needed another big player or at least a wing. But they acquired another small guard, about 6 feet, 5'11", probably really, without shoes. In Alvarado, who's a tough, feisty defender, can knock down a three, decent ball handler, good point guard, nice, solid backup player, was really good for the New Orleans Pelicans. His entire career there, they were better with him on the court than when he wasn't, which is always a good sign for a player's impact, right? Especially for a team that has not been good and has not been healthy. They were always better as long as Jose Alvarado was on the court. During his best stretch, they were 10 points better while he was on the court. So, incredibly impactful despite his size and stature. Either way, the reason it was incredibly important is because immediately after the trade was agreed to, it was announced that Deuce McBride is probably out for the remainder of the regular season. He's going to end up getting surgery on a core muscle. It's often looked at as a sports hernia or referred to as a sports hernia. So Deuce McBride is probably out for the remainder of the regular season. There is optimism that he'll be back and ready for the first game of the playoffs. That is a big thing. Obviously, everything has to go right. There has to be no setbacks. He has to rehab properly, and everything has to be on point and on time. So hopefully that happens. But they're going to be without Deuce McBride, who is their sixth man, if not their seventh man, with him and Deuce McBride, him and Mitchell Robinson. But as far as a perimeter player goes, he's their most important perimeter player. He fits perfectly in almost any lineup configuration to put him out there. They want 3 guards, McBride's perfect for it. They want just 1 guard, McBride's really good with it. They want double bigs, McBride spreads the court out. His 3-point shooting is invaluable, probably their best 3-point shooter overall, considering how many shots he can take from anywhere on the court, whether he's contested or not. Like Landry Shamet's an awesome 3-point shooter, but he doesn't really take a ton of contested threes. Deuce McBride, you want to swing it to me and there's a defender standing in my face, I'm going to let that thing fly anyway because my release point is so high. So he's incredibly invaluable to this team, and we're going to miss him dearly, especially with that point of attack defense. But by the Knicks going out and acquiring Jose Alvarado and bringing him over, he's going to fill in a lot of the void that Deuce McBride is leaving. Now, he's really good in a lot of the similar areas Deuce McBride is. Not the 3-point shooter that Deuce McBride is. Very few guys in the NBA are. But Jose Alvarado is a capable shooter, pretty good ball handler, pretty good driver of the ball, gets into the paint, makes plays happen, pretty good passer, pretty good point guard overall, very good defender, solid on ball, solid as a team defender, gets into the passing lanes, reads teams' defenses very well. Now, I don't want to get too ahead of myself. We got to watch him in the configuration with the Knicks. Hopefully it holds up and it plays well. But he is coming home. He is a New York kid, and that could go either way. We've seen people go back to their hometowns and really struggle. I mean, there's a lot of pressure with your family and friends around that you grew up with. Now, all of a sudden, they're at every game. Maybe they're asking for tickets. There's a lot of pressure with a guy coming back to his hometown to play professional basketball. Now, it could also go the other way where he could feel like he's at home, like Karl Anthony Towns, feel like he's at home, have his family around him for a guy who's now been in New Orleans his entire playing career. And so now he's back home, could be around people, could help uplift him and whatnot. We'll also mention this one last thing before we actually get to breaking down our matchup here tonight. Dan's, what's up, Dan's? Pistons down 18 against the Wizards right now. I know, I got it up over here. It's 41-23. We'll keep an eye on it. The Pistons will still likely come back and win this game, but you never know. Upsets around the NBA happen all the time, so we'll keep an eye on it. John Smith, what's up, John? Do you think Luke Kennard is going to get minutes for us? For the Lakers, yeah, Luke Kennard will get minutes for you. He's just not going to be that impactful. He's fine. He's not dramatically improving your team. He's an 8th, 9th man, 10th man at worst, 8th man at best. He's going to knock down a 3 or 2 for you a game, but he can't guard a soul. Not very quick. That's pretty much it, brother. Like, Luke Kennard as an acquisition is really not doing much for you. I apologize to tell you, but not really doing much for you. He'll get minutes, but it's kind of a whatever deal. I don't know why that was their big deal that they made. The Lakers needed to be more aggressive, and they weren't. Eric C. said, any good bigs we can pick up who were waived? We're going to have to wait to see. Not all the waivers have gone through. Players after the trade deadline and everything becomes official and players report to their teams and physicals go through and everything, that's when you'll start to see teams waiving guys. Obviously, there were already a couple of waivers, but guys that are rumored to be to be available to be picked up off of waivers, guys like Kevin Love, who might be interesting for the Knicks as an insurance backup forward. There was another name I heard, but we'll see. We'll see who becomes available. Nick Batum is a guy I like that I thought maybe the Knicks might look to trade for. So if he becomes a waiver option kind of player, forward who can still guard perimeter players at the point of attack, pretty decent at it, good, smart team defender, can knock down an open 3, shooting at around 40% from 3 this year, still at 37, 38 years old. So older veteran and whatnot, but still really capable, especially as a playoff performer. So might also be a good insurance player. But we'll have to wait to see the full list, Eric C. But there likely to be some good ones. The rumors flying around about who might be available, Eric, seemed interesting. But again, they're rumors as to who actually is going to get waived. So we're just going to have to wait and see on that. Delano said, I want my Pistons to get Draymond Green, Dario, and Taco Fall. I don't even know what you're talking about, brother. What was I talking about before I started answering questions? Rose Pierce said, Kennard 3-point average burst his league. That's what the Lakers wanted. Yeah, but he can't guard a soul for a team that already struggles to guard people. So what kind of configurations is he going to be out there with? Are you going to have Luke Kennard, LeBron James, Luka Doncic, and DeAndre Ayton out there? 4 guys who can't guard anybody? That's the configuration out there? Bruce Fowler, I'm just here so I don't get fined. Eric said, Drummond maybe, I heard, but nothing official. Drummond would be interesting as well. I don't know if the Knicks necessarily need another center. They already have Towns. They have Robinson. They have Huck Porty as the break glass in case of emergency 3rd big. They have Trey Jemison as break glass in case of emergency 4th big. So I don't think they need a center. I think they more so need a wing, which is why Nick Batum is a little bit more interesting to me. Even like a Kevin Love is more of a 4, not really a 5. But could also spread the court from 3. Andre Drummond, I know I make the joke all the time whenever we cover 76ers games about him knocking down 3s, but I don't think he's fitting on this team. Trapped in the 90s. What's up, Trapped in the 90s? John Smith said, I heard that we're interested to sign Cam Thomas. Now, Cam Thomas would be a good pickup for you, John. You guys need scoring, but again, he's not helping your biggest deficiencies. I mean, you have Luka. I'm just thinking of configurations on the court where you have Luka, LeBron, and Cam Thomas. Austin Reeves, too. It's like, what is Cam Thomas bringing to this team outside of just shot creation? This team is desperate for a guy who could dribble, pass, and shoot. And maybe that's Cam Thomas, and maybe he'll be better defensively. Maybe he'll learn how to pass the ball playing with LeBron. I just don't think that's a good recipe. He's a good value guy to pick up because he's very good at basketball, but the Lakers need a lot, and they definitely need a defense, and that was not something that the Lakers looked to improve upon. So, so Drummond and DeAndre Jordan play the same. They're any good anymore? I don't know if they've ever played the same. MBM said, what's up, MBM? What's up, MBM? It is 45-23, Wizards over the Pistons. We're going to have to keep an eye on that game. My goodness. With that being said, unless there's another trade you guys want to bring up, that's going to wrap it up for our trade deadline coverage. But you guys can let me know. Obviously, there was a million trades going on. A lot of really small ones, a lot of big ones. So you guys let me know. We'll cover them. I don't think it's too imperative for us to cover every single trade. There's a couple we'll cover here tonight because the Charlotte Hornets were busy at the deadline. They picked up a nice big piece in Kobe White. I don't have a player graphic made for him yet, but we'll get to it. We'll add him to maybe I'll just pull his Chicago Bulls one and put it for the Hornets here. That'd be funny. J Money, what's up, J Money? Jose Alvarado was great by the Knicks. just in time as McBride probably back by the playoffs. Yeah, hopefully he's back by the playoffs. I should have wrote it down, but I saw the timetable of recovery for the Spurs hernia surgery is about, I believe, 66 days, 2 months, 66 days. Or March, April, yeah, 66 days. So Deuce McBride is going to get the surgery tomorrow on Friday, and 66 days, it's approximately recovery time, 66 days for guys who are able to recover it and get back for the regular season. So 66 games, 66 days of recovery time for a professional athlete to get back on the court to play in a regular rotation again. That puts him at April 11th. The Knicks' final regular season game is April 12th, right? So if everything goes smoothly and he recovers perfectly fine and there's no complications and there's no setbacks during the rehab period, he should be back for game one of the playoffs. Obviously, a lot has to go perfectly right. Everything has to be smooth sailing. There is no expectation that it won't, but you never know. You never know. Mindset, John. What's up, John? Congratulations, Chevy. You've been a good luck charm to the Knicks. I don't know about that, brother. I was covering games while they were 2-9, so I don't know if it's me. David Oz Jr. said, is out at least 2 months, but out takes 3 months to fully recover to the injury is by the groin. So there was a sports doctor who went over all the injuries for players that were announced today. There was 2 of them. One of them was obviously Deuce McBride. And his sort of assertion is that it's 2 to 3 months, but the earliest he has seen an NBA player come back to play NBA basketball after getting the surgery and come back in season. Usually players wait till the offseason to get the surgery. Deuce McBride's getting it right now, which makes me think he's like, if I get it right now, I'll be back for the playoffs. But he is definitely going to be out for the remainder of the regular season, unless he has suddenly he develops Wolverine-level recovery powers, which I'm not going to rule it out. John Smith said, I wish that trade deadline was still going. Now, let's get past the trade deadline. Let's get back to basketball. Stop it with the rumors. Stop it with the gossip. Let's get back to NBA action. Eric C. said, I've heard that surgery, to be honest. I've had that surgery, to be honest. He could possibly be back if all goes well. Yeah, and, we also got to remember, professional athlete, prime of his career, has access to not just the best doctors, but also the best rehab facilities in New York and the athletic trainers who will take care of him day in and day out, 24/7, will keep an eye on him. So normal recovery time is about 3 months for a professional athlete. It's 2 to 3 months to get back on the court. It's probably going to be around 2 months. Hopefully, again, if everything goes well, he should be back for the playoffs, but he's likely out for the remainder of the regular season, which really sucks, but it's also why the Knicks were so aggressive in going out and get Jose Alvarado. Trap in the 90s says, Knicks loaded with guards. Are we playing small ball? Always have been, brother. Always have been. MBM said, that's the second opinion he was seeking. Can still play the season. Can I still play the season? Can he still play the season? He is getting surgery on Friday. He is scheduled to get surgery on Friday. It was already announced. He's going to be out for likely, they didn't completely rule him out, but he's likely going to be out the remainder of the regular season. And they said the expectation and hope is that he'll be back for game one of the playoffs. Hopefully that happens. But yes, that was the second opinion he was seeking. With that being said, we still have like 17 minutes before the game starts, so we can run through our pregame coverage here. We got the Charlotte Hornets taking on the Houston Rockets. I don't even know if I announced that. I know, obviously, if you guys clicked on the stream, you would see the title. But the Charlotte Hornets are taking on the Houston Rockets today. The Charlotte Hornets are winners of their last 7. They are one of the hottest teams in the NBA, alongside who? Our New York Knicks. Our New York Knicks have won 8 in a row. The Charlotte Hornets have won 7 in a row. They're looking to make it 8 in a row against a really good Rockets team here tonight, although the Rockets did just get smacked up down in Houston. Well, they're still in Houston. This game is in Houston. They did just get smacked up on their home court by the Boston Celtics, so with no Jaylen Brown. So who knows what's going on with the Rockets right now. Maybe they're about to hit their Knicks-esque type of slide right now in the regular season. We'll see. But we are about a week away from the All-Star break. So every team is definitely looking forward to it, especially teams that are really good. You're seeing right now the Pistons are getting smacked up by the Wizards. It's 50-29, 21-point lead for the Wizards as they're halfway through the second. Not looking good for the Pistons. I still expect the Pistons to come back and win that game, but not looking great. We'll keep an eye on it. J Money said still has a chance to get a wing once the waivers and buyouts clear. Absolutely, J Money. Absolutely, they are going to be heavy in the buyout market with everything that they did in the trade. So they moved off of Yabusele's contract, which is about $6 million, and they picked up Jose Alvarado, which is about $4 million. So they saved about $1.5 million, $2 million, and they're going to have an open roster spot to possibly bring in a buyout guy. And so that's kind of the goal right now, is to see what's available for them, who gets bought out, who enters the waiver wires, and who they can pick up. If they could pick up a wing, my guy right now, hopefully, Nick Batum is a buyout guy, especially with what's going on with the Clippers. I don't know what they're doing. They just traded away Ivica Zubac, but they're seemingly like reloading. But it's strange to do it right now, considering they don't own their own pick. Maybe they're hoping that Garland and Kawhi Leonard can keep their heads above water enough to not give the Thunder a great pick. But who knows? Maybe Batum gets waived, and that's a guy the Knicks could pick up, because I'd really appreciate that. Suns Gen, what's up, Suns Gen? That was a great game yesterday. Really good win for the Knicks. Yes, it was, brother. Yes, it was. Now we got another really good one tomorrow against the Pistons, who are getting smacked up by the Wizards right now after the Knicks beat them by 30. And the Pistons are down by 19 halfway through the second. Trav in the 90 said, we'll deal with them on Sunday. Yeah, that might be Jose Alvarado's debut as well. It might also be Nikola Vucevic's debut as well. So the Celtics made a big move in acquiring Nikola Vucevic, the center out of Chicago. Dre, what's up, Dre? Mindset John said, by the way, our defense has been much better lately. Now we've got H.A.? Oh, Jose? Jose, is that what you're trying to say? Let's go, Knicks. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, John. Yes, sir. Big Rud, what's up, Big Rud? How you feeling about your Chicago Bulls and your 19 point guards? Big Rud, you got about 19 point guards on that roster. Any given day, a bad team can lay that belt to behind. They can. These are all the best players in the world. Yeah, but the Pistons are 37-12 and the Wizards are 13-36. Yeah, could happen. Could for sure happen. We're going to look at the box score, but let's quickly try and run through. We have about 13 minutes till tip-off, so let's see if we could run through this right here. Lamelo Ball, we know we could do. We've talked about him before. I will say, shout out Lamelo Ball. The turnovers are on their way down. 3 turnovers for a high-usage point guard like him, who has a chaotic type of style of play, is not bad. I'll take 3 turnovers for Lamelo Ball. Previously, he was over 3.5. He's gotten it down to about 3. I'm loving it. Especially during this win streak, he's done a much better job of taking care of the ball. The thing that's always been an issue with Lamelo Ball is the efficiency. But the efficiency has slowly gotten better, especially during this winning streak. 36% from 3 is solid. I would like a little bit higher than 41% from the field, but it's not been bad. 19.3 points per game, 7.6 assists. The thing that I really like about LaMelo is he's not pounding the basketball over and over and over again. He's trusting his teammates. He's got really good teammates right now with Con Knippel, Brandon Miller, guys who are exploding out and able to do a lot with the ball in their hands as well. And LaMelo Ball is playing and trusting them, playing alongside them, and playing off of their gravity as well as creating gravity for them to play off of. So I think the relationship and the synergy between these 3 guys continues to get better, and they're all extremely young, 24 and under, LaMelo being the oldest, right? So I don't have too much negative things to say about LaMelo, especially during his win streak. I'm going to be extremely complimentary about the Charlotte Hornets right now. Very, very fun, entertaining team. They've always been fun to watch, but now they're actually winning basketball games. There we go. Part of that is also coinciding with them finally getting healthy. Who would have guessed it? David Hodge Jr. said, Detroit back-to-back tomorrow. Let's see how they feel. Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to probably going to have to expend a lot of energy getting back into this one. Let's see. I expect the Pistons to beat the Wizards today, even though they're down 18 right now. But we'll see. Joseph, what's up, Joseph? Easy win for the Hornets tonight. Yeah, the Rockets got spanked by the Boston Celtics last night in just an absolute blowout of a game. So we'll see. They might be on a Knicks-esque type of slide right now in the regular season. We'll see how they play today. Brandon Miller, since coming back from the injury, started slow, to be expected. I'd never have high expectations for guys coming back from injuries to kind of just rock it back to where they were. But Brandon Miller has slowly regained his footing as to where he was previously. 20-point per game scorer right now, 4.4 rebounds, 3.5 assists. 36.5% from three-point range is solid, and it's only getting better as of late, and 42.5% from the field is solid, and it has only been getting better as of late as well. JD, what's up, JD? You all think Brandon Miller will get more than 3.5 rebounds tonight? Maybe, brother. That's why we watch the game. That's his average. Mindset John said, I've been listening to you for a while, and what amazes me is your attention to interesting comments and your responses. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. There is, to me, no reason in doing this if not to communicate with people, right? right? I don't think I'm interesting or smart enough for you to sit here and simply listen to me babble, right? This should be a conversation. So, appreciate you, brother. Con Knipple, 19 a game. So you have Lamelo at about 19, you have Knipple at about 19, and you have Brandon Miller around 20. So all three of these guys equally sharing the rock, playing off of each other. Like I said, playing off of each other's gravity. So Knipple, as a rookie, is shooting an insane 42% from three-point range, 48% from the field, almost 90% from the foul line. This kid's been incredible. Literally from day one, he's been fantastic. If it weren't for Cooper Flagg being a ridiculous once-in-a-generation prospect, Con Knipple is probably Rookie of the Year this year. That's how fantastic he's been. And Brandon Miller getting healthy and LaMelo Ball being healthy has allowed a guy like Con Knipple to get even better as the season's gone on. He has yet to hit his rookie wall, but he's been fantastic this year, and he's been a huge proponent as to why the Charlotte Hornets are red hot right now, because it's not just the three-point shooting, right? He's shooting 42% from three, but it's not like he's hitting 5-6 threes a game. He's doing a little bit of everything. He's able to attack closeouts, take guys off the bounce, run a little mini pick and roll. By the way, the Pistons are now within 14 with about 4 minutes to go in the second. So I'm telling you, the Pistons are going to come back and beat the Wizards tonight. But Con Knipple has been fantastic tonight. He's been fantastic this season. I expect it to continue here today. His three-point shooting, whether it's deep threes, off the dribble, off the catch, off of movement, he's been phenomenal in all of it. The synergy between their three guys, and I've said it so far for all three of them, he's been fantastic. All three of them have been able to play off of each other fantastically. Only 2.2 turnovers, by the way. What was Brandon Miller up to? 2.5? About 2.7. So all three guys, 3 or under turnovers per game, which is fantastic. And LaMelo is coming down. And I do expect them by the end of the year to probably be about 2.8, 2.9 turnovers because they have been going down. A lot of the chaotic play from LaMelo, now that he has teammates that he could give the ball to and kind of be like, okay, you're going to run offense over there and I'm going to space the court out over here and then maybe play off of your gravity and attack a closeout or something, has allowed LaMelo Ball to take smarter shots, to play smarter, to play more calm, cool, and collected under control. He still has his wild plays, but that's what makes LaMelo Ball, right? You don't want to completely strip that away from his game because that's just a part of his personality. That's a part of what makes him great. That's a part of what gives him so much gravity. And it allows guys like Con Knipple and Brandon Miller to play off of him because so much attention is being given to LaMelo Ball, even when he's off ball. Because, yeah, he'll take a 35-footer. It don't even matter. Coming off the screen and a guy's hedging out, he still might shoot that. So teams are still going to crash him coming off the screens, even if he's not shooting well, knowing, well, he'll still take it. And he could make it, right? And so guys like Knipple and Brandon Miller and other guys, oh, man, I forgot to make the Moussa Diabate graphic. We have to talk about Moussa Diabate, the starting center who's taken a big leap this year. Real 50, what's up, Real 50? Did they tip off? Not yet, brother, not yet. In about 7 minutes, they'll tip off, usually 10 minutes after the advertised start time. So if they say it starts at 8 o'clock, usually the tip-off is around 8:10. What they mean when they say the game starts at 8 is the player introductions and the national anthem will start at 8. So that takes about 10 minutes to get through before they get to the actual tip-off of the game. Let me refresh this and actually pull the game up. There we go. We only have the Rockets broadcast available? Why is that? I can't watch the Hornets broadcast? That's silly. So let's go over to Miles Bridges. Miles Bridges is a really good do-it-all wing for them. There was rumors he was on the trade block, and maybe he was. Daniel Dash. What's up, Daniel Dash? I'm going on another date with Cindy. Don't forget to pump up my tires, Chevy. In case I tune in, missed your presence. Appreciate you, Danny Dash. Good luck tonight with Cindy, I guess. This will be very interesting NBA contest today between two of the quieter franchises. I mean, the Charlotte Hornets have been extremely loud as of late. Miles Bridges, 19 a game, 6.2 rebounds, 3.5 assists. So if you look at it, they have 4 players all over 18 a game. So very egalitarian scoring for the Charlotte Hornets. It could be anybody in any given night, right? Even though Miles Bridges is a little inconsistent, only a 33% three-point shooter. This is actually on the rise compared to where it was earlier in the year, around 31. So 33.5% from three-point range is solid. 44.5% is also pretty good too. Him being able to play off of the phenomenal shooting of LaMelo, Knipple, and Ball has allowed him to get some open space as well to operate, even with the ball in his hands, to be a creator as well. Has allowed him to do that. Durston, what's up, Durston? Hopefully my Rockets get up tonight. Yeah, man, I mean, you guys dropped the ball against the Celtics last night, so you got to get this one against the red-hot Hornets team. Eric C. Said, still down 12 in Detroit. I expect them to come back, but it's It's a fail for them so far. Yeah, it's a 12-point game. 3 minutes to go in the second, 51-39. But Miles Bridges is a do-it-all kind of wing, jack of all trades, master of none type. He's been inconsistent from three pretty much his whole career, but could still knock him down. And again, like I said, it could be anybody on any given night. Miles Bridges could go off and give you 25 and 10. Lamelo could obviously go off and give you 30. Same with Brandon Miller, same with Con Knippel. And so they're doing it all by committee. Everybody's getting on the action. And as you can see, 4 players over 18 points per game is incredible. The Knicks top 4 don't even have that. Bridges and Anunoby are hovering around 15, 16 a game. Well, you have Towns at around 19, 20, and you have Brunson obviously at 27. But it is very difficult to have 4 players over 18 and have it work and not just be a gimmicky. Gershon said, we absolutely did. Hopefully they leave that behind and improve. Yeah, I don't even know what you explain. Did you watch the game, Durston? You got to explain it to me. What happened in that game? Obviously, we were busy covering Knicks Denver. What happened in that game? There was no Jaylen Brown. So we checked the box score and we're like, what do you mean Jaylen Brown's not playing and they're still getting smoked by 20 plus 30 even? Bruce Fowler said, Yabu scoring in the paint for the Bulls even as we speak. It's a 10-point game, by the way, Wizards-Pistons. Told you. I fully expect the Pistons to win that game anyway. Grant Williams has finally come back from injury. They needed another forward, another big body out there. He's just coming back from injury, so I'm going to ignore a lot of his counting stats here. We know what he's capable of. He did tear his ACL, so we'll see if the athleticism or some of the quickness can come back to him and he could get back to being a solid player for them. But as of right now, 36% from the field and 26% from three-point range is not great. But again, he's just coming back from injury, so he gets a grace period. Daniel Dash said, Jose Alvarado to the Knicks is awesome. It is a really, really good pickup. It's a 5-point game now. It's 51-46, Wizards over the Pistons. Trey Mann suddenly becomes a little bit more important until they have the guy they traded for, Kobe White, back or available to them for the first time. I don't think he's going to play today. Highly, highly, highly doubt it. Pretty sure he's not, but because the trade just went through today. Actually, he's not going to play. I can tell you right now, he's not going to play. I don't know that for a fact, but I can tell you he's not going to play. The trade happened today. It's not happening. You don't get traded on the same day and then end up playing that night. So he has to go through physicals. He has to get cleared, all the things. Benzino, what's up, Benzino? My guess about Houston is that their run's over. They might end up going through a Knicks-esque type of slide. Most teams usually do. I mean, even the Thunder did. They were 6-6 through a 12-game stretch, which is, for them, as the best team in the league, is a rough stretch. And the Knicks went 2-9 in an 11-game stretch. So maybe the Houston Rockets are going to slide here and play 500 or worse basketball for a stretch until we get to the All-Star break. Eric C. said, everyone please hit the like button. Appreciate you, Eric. Not even half yet. We love Chevy. Appreciate you, Eric. If you guys are enjoying the show so far, hit the like button. We have a couple of minutes left. Trey Mann, he's probably not going to get a ton of minutes with Kobe White now going to become available. He's going to take over the Colin Sexton role, but also have a little bit more as well. He's bigger and a little bit better than Colin Sexton. So Thurston said, not going to lie, bro, our offense has been horrible as of late. Defense wasn't there, just a lack of care. And Shengun got ejected. I did see Shengun get ejected for screaming at a ref. Yeah, not great. Not great. You definitely have to respond here tonight. Tijan Salon, I'm not sure if he's available today. I know he's been missing a couple of games here and there, but he turned the corner. Holy leap from Salon, I wrote down here. Really struggled as a rookie, did not start the year well, and then all of a sudden started to knock down shots. Now, maybe he got red hot and just started to knock down shots, but maybe that'll give him confidence to really take a leap in his career, and that would be a huge boon for the Charlotte Hornets moving forward. They definitely need a guy of his size and his capabilities to actually make a leap here, especially if Grant Williams coming back from the injury is not really going to provide him much. So we'll see. It's a 3-point game, by the way. It's 53-50 approaching the end of the second quarter. Ryan Kalkbrenner has been fantastic for them as a big. For a while, he was their starting big until Moussa Diabate completely took over. 9 points a game, 6 rebounds. He's really solid off the bench. They were in need of centers. Coming into the season, they didn't even know if they were going to have centers available. But Ryan Kalkbrenner stepped up. Now, Moussa Diabate, again, I forgot to make a player graphic for him. Definitely need to get on that. Has been fantastic. He's in the starting lineup. He is kind of their starting center moving forward. I don't know if he's a long-term starting center. Maybe he is, but he's been phenomenal for them this year. He's a great rebounder, really good screen setter, smart, passer out of the short roll and really benefits playing alongside really creative players like Ball, Miller, and Knippel. But that's going to wrap it up because we're getting ready for tip-off. We know what Sengun's capable of. We've covered a multitude of Rockets games this year, so we don't necessarily have to go through their lineup here. But I will say Steven Adams being out the rest of the season really hurts their title chances just as much as Fred VanVleet being out the whole season does. So two guys who are incredibly important to their rotations out for the season, probably in my eyes, takes the Houston Rockets out of championship contention this year. Really sucks. But Sengun's been great. Durant's been great. Even at 1,000,000 years old. Amen Thompson's been really solid as well. 18, 7.5, 5.5 has been really good as well. But let's get to the actual game here. Jabari Smith Jr. is this forgotten fifth man on the team. Reed Sheppard's one of my favorite players to watch on this team. Shout out Reed Sheppard. Really wish Houston would trust him a little bit more. I get why they don't, but I think they just need the offense. Like Gershon was saying, their offense has not been good as of late. Tari Eason being back, he's shooting a ridiculous 48% from the field. That might be the highest in NBA history, but I don't know. That's a crazy number. Here we go. Let's start the game. Miles Bridges has it up top after the Hornets won the tip. They get over to Diabate. Diabate hands it off to Ball. Ball pump fake from three, driving to his right down the lane, throws up a floater, comes up short, but gets a friendly roll as he gets it to drop down. All right, let's also pull up the game cast. The Pistons are down by one. It's 53-52. The Pistons could take a lead going into the second half here. All right, where's our game? Here we go. Kevin Durant gets blocked. Who was that by? Miller? Here comes Ball bringing it down the other way. They get over to Bridges. Bridges bringing it down. Hands it off to Miller. Miller, a right wing three off the handoff. Can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Knippel picks it up after Diabate had to battle down low with Sengun. Left the rebound available. Knippel snuck in. They kick it out to Lamelo. They get it over to Knippel. Knippel going the baseline against Durant. Step back. Pump fake. Leans in. Gets caught in the air and throws it away. Not a great move there for the rookie. Here comes Sengun. He has it up top, directing traffic. Being guarded by Diabate. Diabate, a good, strong defender. Get over to Durant, being guarded by Knippel. It's a tough matchup for the rookie. I wonder if Miller's supposed to be the matchup, and they're just cross-matched right now. Durant, one-legged Dirk fall-away jumper. Can't get it to go. Lamelo skies for a rebound. Now out to Bridges. Bridges will bring it down, right wing. Hesitation move, hands it off to Miller. Miller gets it over to Ball. Ball coming to his right. Behind the back, pulls it out, dancing with it. Hands it off to Bridges. Bridges, pump fakes. Now coming to his left off a Diabate screen. Steps back, pump fakes, gets it over to Lamelo Ball. He'll fire the 35-footer. He don't care. Way off on that one. And then Durant ends up with the rebound. Here comes Amen Thompson bringing it down the other way. Thompson up top, hits it in the corner. Josh Okogie, a three. Got it to go. So 3-2. Lamelo bringing it down, coming to his left off of Diabate screen. He's going to step back for a left wing three. Lamelo got that one to go right there. Shot starting to go down. Closed his window. Got that cold air coming in. Amen Thompson has it up top. They get it over to Sengun. Sengun being guarded by Miles Bridges, probably on a mismatch here because they've had Diabate on him. Going to back down Miller, spins off of him, puts it up off a glass, can't get it to go, but gets foul. No foul. Thompson picks it up, kicks it out to Okogie. Okogie pump fakes. He's going to drive it down to the lane, throws down a one-handed jam. Did not think he got up high enough for that, but he just kept rising and moving forward and ultimately found himself at the rim and just threw it down with the one hand. Lamelo coming to his left, crosses over to his right off a screen, almost falls down, kicks it out to Bridges. Bridges hesitates, now puts it up straight away, can't get it to go. Jabari Smith Jr. with the rebound. Here comes Jabari, kicks it over to Durant. Durant pump fakes from three, driving to his left, loses the handle on the ball. Brandon Miller picks it up, gets stripped by Jabari Smith Jr., has it down low, and then gets fouled by Brandon Miller. Eric said, Dre's not a good fit for y'all. Sorry, Jelano, it's just facts. Draymond's not a good fit for anybody but Steph Curry. Once Draymond and Steph Curry separate or whatever happens between those two guys, it is done for his career. He's going to have to retire. They get it into Sengun. Sengun hands it off to Durant. Coming to his right off the Sengun screen. Down the lane, steps through, floater. Can't get it to go. Battle on the glass. Sengun knocks it out of the air. Able to pick up the loose ball. Picked up by Diabate out on the perimeter. They spring it in the corner. A three for Jabari Smith Jr. He can't get it to go, and Diabate rips down a rebound. Hands it off to Miller. Miller will bring it down. Also, where's my game cast? My apologies, guys. My apologies. Is this how we want it? This is how we want it. There we go. There we go. All right, so the Rockets ended up fouling on the floor, so it's side out of bounds for the Hornets here. 8:45 to go. They sneak it into Miles Bridges, misses the first shot, got the rebound, put it back up, and the foul over Şengün. There you go. 7-5. And Bridges will go to the foul line for one more. Delano said, some of y'all really thought we would beat a winning team, just lose to a losing team. Makes sense. I mean, you were down 20, brother. You were down 20. You're up now? No. 4-point lead for the Wizards, 56-52 at halftime. Bridges knocks down the first free throw. Or his only free throw. It was and one. So here comes Amin Thompson. The Rockets bringing it down 8-5. Back and forth affair so far. 8:30 to go here in the first. Thompson gets it over to Durant, lobs it over to Şengün. Şengün, mid-post, right baseline. Backing down Diabate, goes under the rim, puts up the layup off glass. Got it to go, just being a bully down low against Diabate. Here comes Lamelo Ball bringing it down, has it on the right wing. Crosses over to his right, down the lane, steps through, easy layup at the rim, got it to go. Lamelo slicing and dicing so far. Taking a couple of, Ime Udoka is going to use its full timeout here. A couple of times, Lamelo Ball has just gotten into the middle of the lane at will here off the screens. You're going to have to clean up the defense on him. Probably going to have to throw Amin Thompson all over him. Lana Mona said, will Alvarado be a primary backup to Brunson? Your thoughts? Yes. He's probably going to soak up all of the Tyler Kolek minutes. All of the, maybe not all of the Jordan Clarkson minutes, but majority of the Jordan Clarkson minutes, if not all of them. And he'll be the primary backup to Jalen Brunson. They'll also share the court a couple of times as well. He's essentially going to be, he's going to fill in for Deuce McBride until Deuce McBride comes back. So he's going to play a very similar role. I don't know if he's going to get 30 minutes a game like Deuce McBride did because he's not the shooter Deuce McBride is. But he does have a couple of other different skill sets that he's better at Deuce McBride at then. He's much better at getting downhill. He's much better at running a pick and roll. Much better at finishing at the rim than Deuce is. But Deuce is an overall probably better scorer and a significantly better shooter. Not taking anything away from Alvarado. They're just different play types, obviously. I just need to watch him on the court more. It's not like I watched a ton. I'll be honest with you. I didn't watch a ton of New Orleans Pelicans basketball. They have not been all that entertaining these last couple of years. So I'm not that familiar with Jose Alvarado's game. I've seen enough of him. I know what his play type is. I know how he plays. But I can't tell you the small idiosyncrasies of his game. So I'm going to be learning alongside you guys as he's going to perform here with the Knicks. And obviously in a new situation with the new coaching staff, in a new system, with new players around them, he's just going to fundamentally fit differently and play differently as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how he fits with the team. I assume it'll work out, but you never know. I also thought Yabusele would work out well. Johnny, what's up, Johnny? What do you think about the Hornets, brother? I'm a Hornets fan from NC. I love the Hornets. Johnny. Really fun. I went through a full pregame where we covered almost every player on every rotation player on the Hornets. If you want to go back to the starter stream and watch it, but I'll fill you in real quick here. The synergy between Lamelo, Con Knipple, and Brandon Miller is essential, and it's fantastic, and it's a phenomenal building block. The rise of Moussa Diabate is incredibly important for this team. I don't know if he's the long-term starting center on the Charlotte Hornets moving forward, but he's incredibly valuable for what he's brought to the team this year. Brandon Miller, but Miles Bridges is a solid do-it-all wing, but you might need an upgrade there, that position. But he does have really good chemistry with Lamelo. They do have a friendship there, so that might also be important. It's all about continuing to build depth, continuing to see growth between Brandon Miller and Knipple, who's a rookie. Miller in his, third season? And Lamelo at only 24 years old. So you got to see continued growth out of them moving forward. But clear building blocks, only up from here. At least there should be. Barring injuries, of course. But the Kobe White pickup is a great pickup, brother. Great pickup. Durant coming to his right, a pull-up three on the right wing off a screen. Got it to go. The Hornets bringing it down the other way, coming to his left off a double screen. Lamelo pulls it out, gets it out to Miller. Miller coming to his right, down the lane, stops, kicks it out to Bridges. Bridges to his right, shovels it back out to Miller. Miller on the left wing, jab step, coming to his right, driving it down in the lane, leans in, steps back, fall away jumper in the paint. Got it to go for Brandon Miller. That's a great move for Brandon Miller. Thompson has it up top, fakes the handoff, keeps it, drives all the way to the rim. Easy layup with the right hand, past Miles Bridges. Got to be more cognizant of that. You can't be concerned about Amin Thompson out on the perimeter. Lamelo coming to his right off a Diabate screen, goes under the rim, reverse layup, gets blocked by Amin Thompson, but Diabate right there to recover the loose ball and throw it down. 14-12, 7:14 to go. Forgot to restart the timer. My apologies. Also, I don't love how my game stream up there is running at, it looks like 15 frames a second. It looks terrible. Step back for Durant, follow away jumper in the paint, gets fouled by Brandon Miller, who puts his finger up. He did indeed foul. It's going to send Durant to the foul line for 2. That's Brandon Miller's second foul, so it's going to take him out of the game here with 7 minutes to go in the first. While Durant's at the foul line, let me refresh the stream because I don't love how it's looking right now. All right, that looks better for now. Hopefully that stays. Durant splits the free throws, missed the first, made the second. Lamelo will bring it down. I still have these stuttering issues. Don't love it. What's going on? What's going on with my internet? Lamelo up top. Gets it over to Con Knippel. Con Knippel driving to his left. Down the lane. Pump fake, leans in. Puts up the little floater in the paint. Got it to go for Con Knippel. Against Durant. Solid move. 16-13. A 3-point lead for the Hornets. Toe-to-toe with the Rockets right now. The Rockets coming off an embarrassing loss against the Celtics on their home court. So probably looking for a get-right game here against one of the hottest teams in the league. They swing it out to Durant in the left corner. Durant has it. Jab step. Has Knippel in the post. Step back. Spins the other way. They kick it out Şengün. He's going to fire a deep straightaway 3. Can't get that one to go. Great defense for the Hornets to force a bad shot from the Rockets. Jabari Smith Jr. fighting for the rebound. He can't grab it. Hit ahead to Knippel. Hit ahead to Josh Green down the lane. Inside to Diabate. Flips it up. Comes up short. And Şengün comes up with the rebound. Great ball movement and transition play for the Hornets. They just couldn't convert. Durant down the lane, gets fouled by Knippel. He's going to go back to the foul line for 2 more free throws here as we approach the halfway point of the first quarter. Foong Pei, what's up, Foong Pei? I slapped your leg because I went back and watched that double overtime game from last night. Only you can stop NBA thought police. Appreciate you, Foong Pei. Kay Hazy said, I always wondered what this talented Charlotte team would look like once they started getting serious. And here they are, again serious. Now, they might be around a 500 team, maybe a little bit better than that. But teams are going to have to start taking them seriously now. I think this 7-game win streak puts them on the map. I think teams are coming in, like Houston tonight, taking them extremely seriously. They know it's going to be a fight, and they know it's not going to be easy. Durant knocks down the first one. He's got one more coming. Knocks down both. Here comes Lamelo Ball bringing it down. Halfway through this first quarter, Ball has it up top being guarded by Thompson. Get it over to Knippel being chased by Dorian Finney-Smith, who just checked in. Coming to his right off a Kalkbrenner screen. Kalkbrenner in for Diabate. Knippel to the rim, can't get the layup to go. Kalkbrenner the offensive rebound, kicks it out to Miles Bridges. An open 3, can't get it to go. Knippel battling for the rebound. Thompson able to grab it. Shot out of a cannon, pushing it the other way. But Josh Green chases him down and knocks the ball out of his hands. Josh Green, relentless effort. The Josh Hart of this Hornets team. Hands it off to Knippel. Pump fakes from 3, gets it out to Kalkbrenner. Kalkbrenner hands it off to Knippel. Knippel coming to his left. Straightaway pull-up 3. Got it to go. Off the handoff, off a movement. 1 dribble, pull-up 3 straight away. Got it to go for Con Knippel. How am I not able to adjust the fidelity of the screen? What are you doing, Prime? I might have to go to NBA League Pass for this. Şengün drops it down low to Thompson. Thompson along the baseline, forced to pull it out a little bit. Gets caught in the air. They say it was tipped. Able to get it out to Jabari Smith Jr. Mid-range jumper. Banks it in. A little bit of a lucky shot, but luck has to be on your side to win some basketball games sometimes. Lamelo Ball has it up top, being guarded by Amen Thompson. Under 5 to go. Ball lobs it out to Miles Bridges. Hesitates from 3, driving it in on Şengün. Throws it above glass. Banks it in for Miles Bridges. 3-point shot not going down. Put his head down, got to the basket, and able to knock down a tough contested floater over Şengün. Sometimes the threes aren't falling. You got to take them to the paint. Şengün gets it over to Durant. Durant high post being guarded by Knippel. Faces up. Fires over him. Got it to go. Vintage Kevin Durant there. And a timeout here. A timeout here, it looks like, for Charlotte. Get a quick breather. Talk about a couple of things. 21-19. A back and forth affair so far here tonight. Durant already up to 8 points, but he's 2 for 5. Defending them decently well so far here tonight. Everyone else 2, 2, and 2 for their other main 3 guys as well. As far as the Hornets go, Lamelo's 3 for 5 from the floor for 7 points, which is solid. They're keeping Miles Bridges out, and they're trying to put the ball in his hands to make a shot or make a play. And has not gone great so far here tonight. He's only 2 for 5 from the field. Con Knipple is 2 for 3 from the field. He's got 5 points, 2 rebounds. Kalkbrenner just got into the game. Josh Green just got into the game. All right, let's get rid of this, and let's see if NBA League Pass has a better stream than Prime. Where's our game? So Prime Video is the Bulls-Raptors games on Prime. Let's go to Hornets-Rockets here. There we go. All right, we're going to pull it up here. We are at the timeout, so the right time to do this. Pretty sure I could also adjust the fidelity here on this stream. All right, I would also like the audio, please. Thank you. Delano said, Eric for sure got it, ain't going to do it. Let's look around the league real quick. A couple of games have tipped off. We talked about this Wizards-Pistons game. It's 56-52 at halftime. They're still at halftime. Let's go around the league. Big NBA trade deadline day, so a lot of teams forced to play without a couple of rotation players, and before their new rotation players are allowed to suit up and play for them. Pistons and Wizards both a part of that. Bunch of guys going out from the Wizards in the Anthony Davis trade. Pistons made a little small trade for Kevin Huerter, who I'm pretty sure is not playing today, right? Look at the box score real quick. We had this open. Let's open it up here. Shane Penny's killing them with 14 points. And everybody scored. Wow, they were just getting busy on the Pistons defense for a little bit there before the Pistons locked up and got back into this one. Pistons similarly. Yeah, Kevin Huerter's making his debut here today. 0 for 2 from 3. That is the Kevin Huerter I know and love right there. He's not a very good three-point shooter. I know he has the reputation of doing that. He's had very good three-point shooting season in the NBA, but this year he's shooting about 31% from 3. Not great. Not great. Let's check out the rest of the league so far. 56-40. Magic over the Nets. The Nets waived Cam Thomas, who's no longer part of the organization. Whew. I did not see the Cam Thomas Brooklyn Nets situation ending with the Nets just waiving him. Just saying, you know what? We're good. He averaged 24 a game last year, but we're good. Jazz, Hawks in a tight one. Bulls, Raptors. Raptors up by 9. And here we go. We're back into it. Knipple has it up top. Down the lane, kicks it out. Beautiful pass. Lamelo ball, wide open left wing 3. Got it to go. And that's Lamelo being able to play off of the gravity of another great player like Knipple. I don't know how many opportunities Lamelo Ball earlier in his career got to just simply catch and shoot on the wing without having to do a ton of on-ball play himself, but that's going to increase his efficiency here. Ryan Kalkbrenner, great defense at the rim. Hit ahead to Knipple. Knipple has it, coming to his right off the Kalkbrenner screen, down the lane, kicks it out. Josh Green, a bad pass, but able to recover it. Now coming to his right, step back, steps through. He's got nowhere to go, tries to kick it out to Lamelo, and Okogie picks it off. A bad pass from Josh Green. 24-19. Got to restart the timer. We're under 4 to go here. 3:30 actually. Durant up top, coming to his right. Tries to get it down low. Ball gets knocked loose. Still loose. Grant Williams picks it up. Quick outlet to Knipple. Knipple bringing it down. It's a 2-on-3. Hornets only have 2. But Josh Green finds open space and knocks down the corner 3. Making up for his previous turnover. And suddenly it's an 8-point lead for the Charlotte Hornets. And this is what the Hornets do. This is what they've done during this 7-game winning streak. Reed Sheppard has it up top to get it over to Capella. Capella gets it over to Durant. Durant coming to his left off the Capella screen. They swing it out to Sheppard, a left wing 3 for Reed Sheppard. Got it to go for Sheppard. Wow. Big time shot for the Rockets. They needed a 3-point shot to go down there. Sheppard got it for them. Unless they wave it off. Did they wave it off here? I think they waved it off. I think they called a moving screen on Dorian Finney-Smith here. Yeah, they waved that 3-point shot off from Reed Sheppard, and they needed it. Definitely needed it. Sion James is in the game right now. Or Sion? I forget all the time. I think it's Sion. Sion James gets it over to Knipple. Knipple on the left wing, being guarded by Finney-Smith. Jab step, coming to his left. Blowing past Reed Sheppard, leans in, fall away baseline jumper over him. Got it to go. And there's our first double-digit lead of the game as the Hornets have jumped up 29-19. Durant bringing it down the other way. Looking for a response. Crosses over to his right, rejecting the screen. Now pulls it back, coming to his left off the Capella screen. Mid-range pull-up jumper for Durant. Can't get that one to go. And the Hornets are doing a really good job of keeping the Houston Rockets out on the perimeter. Now Zion James coming to his right, hands it off to Knipple. He's going to fire again. Knipple throws up an air ball there. Here comes Reed Sheppard off the rebound. Hit a head pass. Dorian Finney-Smith, transition, left wing three, trying to make up for the previous foul. Can't get it to go. Okogie, the offensive rebound, though, gets it out to Durant, driving to his right, blowing past the defense, down the lane, scoop play with the right hand, can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Zion James ends up with it. Durant on the floor, so now it's a 5-on-4 going for the Hornets. Knipple steps through, gets fouled by Okogie. And it's going to be side out of bounds. They're not in the bonus. Cam was terrible this season. He's just not been healthy. He hasn't been healthy, but he also has been a malcontent. Just not been happy with the Brooklyn Nets at all. So, made sense to part ways. Domingo, what's up, Domingo? Is what I don't like. I like to see the game. Then you're gonna have to get your money up and buy it, brother. If I could show you the game, I would. If I could show you the game, I would. Trey Mann is in the game. They get it into Kalkbrenner. Kalkbrenner has it up top. Coming to his right. Hands it off to Knipple. Knipple pulls it out. They get it out to James. James on the right wing. Jab step. Dancing with it. Coming to his left. Steps back three. They leave him wide open. Off the back rim. Can't get it to go. Reed Sheppard able to sky for the rebound. Bringing it down the other way. Sheppard crosses over to his right. Now coming back to his left on the rescreen from Capella. Snaking it back to his right hand. Throws up the floater. Draws the foul. Misses the floater. But he will go to the foul line for 2 free throws. 1:36 to go. Are we back from halftime? We are back from halftime in the Wizards-Pistons game. We're going to have to keep an eye on it. Sheppard's at the foul line for 2. Raptors are up by 10. I had the score wrong previously. Jazz are up by 9 on the Raptors. Late games, we have Spurs versus Mavs tipping off in about 8 minutes or so. And then you got Warriors Suns as the late game. That's the prime game. And then you got 76ers later here tonight. You guys also got to let me know because my game stream is a little stuttery. So you guys let me know if the stream is stuttery here tonight. Bad pass from, it looked like Trey Mann there. Turns it over. Was it Zion James? Durant gets caught in the air, and he turns it right back over. Sheppard did knock down both of his free throws, by the way. But they kick it out. Trey Mann, wide open left corner 3. Too strong, can't get it to go. Capella comes in for the rebound, bringing it down the other way. Sheppard hit ahead to Thompson. Thompson down the lane, leaves it off for Sheppard. Sheppard gets it out to Durant. Durant coming to his right, off a screen. Crosses over to his left, down the lane, kicks it out, swings it around. Left corner, back up top. Sheppard wide open left wing 3. Great ball movement from the Rockets. Sheppard can't knock it down. Rebound all the way out to the Durant straightaway, and he just easily, calmly knocks down the straightaway 3. And it's back to a 5-point game just like that as we're approaching the end of this first quarter here. About 45 seconds remaining. Brandon Miller has it up top. Dancing with it. Miller being guarded by Thompson. He's going to wind down the clock a little bit here. Probably going to try and make sure they go for a 2-for-1. Miller skying. Trying to go for a poster jam over Capella, and he gets hit with a charge. Ball back to the Rockets. Eric C. Time will tell. Mr. Drill, good small moves made today. It's all about chemistry. Rolano said, I think Knicks' only problem is when y'all get tired, other teams jump on y'all back and start kicking. That's called basketball, brother. That happens all around the league. If a team gets tired, they play poorly. Newsflash, brother. Newsflash. Eric C. said, had a few buffering moments, nothing too distracting. Sucks. I don't know what's going on with my internet. I'm going to have to take a look at it tomorrow. I don't know what's going on with the internet. This is now the second stream. Thankfully, we didn't have any issues, unless we did. You guys can let me know. Thankfully, we didn't have any issues last night against the Nuggets. Durant has it up top. It's 29-24. Under 20 to go. Durant coming to his left. They swing it out. Finney-Smith pump fakes. They kick it out. Pass fake. One dribble in. Mid-range jumper for Jabari Smith Jr. Got it to go. And it's a 3-point game. One possession game. Hornets jumped up real quick, and the Rockets were able to respond on a 7-0 run. Hornets trying to end the quarter strong here. Trey Mann dancing with it. Gets pickpocketed by Durant. He's going to throw up a half-court heave. Didn't get it off in time. Didn't make it anyway, but that's going to be the end of our first quarter. And thankfully for the Hornets fans, you're not going to have to delay witness to Tre Mann isolating like that for too long. You're going to have Kobe White available for you, which will be a huge, huge buff for you guys. Maybe it's this. Maybe I just take that away. Maybe it's something going on here. Andrea Pacheco. What's up, Andrea? Hornets bench, PMO. The bench will get better. The bench will be better. Got to remember, no Colin Sexton today because he was a part of the trade. But you will have Kobe White available for you moving forward. Jolana said, what do you think the problem y'all need to fix? I don't think the Knicks there's like one big problem the Knicks need to fix. I think the Knicks just need to continue to improve defensively, continue to play well offensively, and just find a stride where you can play as consistently as possible. Right? When you get as good as the Pistons or the Knicks or the Thunder or the Spurs or the Denver Nuggets or any of these teams that have championship aspirations, there isn't necessarily a thing that you need to fix. It's about playing your best when the time comes and finding consistency. Eric C. said, Hornets killing it lately? They have been. They have been. Can I change the fidelity of this? Video quality. There we go. This is, I don't know what the recommended is, but if I lower this to 720p, that should make it better. Should. So I want my Pistons to start gapping everybody by 10 to 20 points. Everybody wants your team to do that, brother. Wizards still holding a 4-point lead over the Pistons. It's a back-and-forth game so far. I don't think the Wizards will hold on to the end here, but hopefully. Now they're up by 7. They just knocked down a 3. Start of the second quarter, though. Here we go. The Magic are jumping on the nets here. Hudson Quick, what's up, Hudson? Where can I watch the game? What streaming service? You could either get NBA League Pass. I don't know where you're located, Hudson, but there might be a streaming service if you live in the Houston area. There might be a streaming service if you live in the Charlotte area. But for me, I don't live in either of those, and so the streaming service that I'm using is NBA League Pass. It's about $16 a month. Or you could actually buy individual games for like $1 or $2 or something. But you're going to have to go to NBA.com for that. Şengün has it, kicks it in the corner. A 3. Who is this young kid? Crawford? Yeah, Crawford is in the game right now for the Hornets. Lamelo bringing it down off the missed 3 from Crawford. They get it down low to Diabate. They kick it out. Wide open 3 for Grant Williams. Still can't get it to go down as he's coming back from the injury, working his way back. All right, that did not help the streaming quality at all. Still moving at like 15 frames a second. Thompson kicks it in the corner. Crawford wide open again. Knocks that one down. And that was disrespectful defense from the Hornets, just completely ignoring him wide open in the corner there, and they tie it up at 29. Lamelo kicks it out to James. James dumps it down low to Diabate. Crawford comes over and ties him up, and it's going to be a jump ball. What a great substitution for Ime Udoka, throwing the young kid out there, and he's like, you know what? Give us some energy, kid. Isaiah Crawford coming in. Immediately comes in, takes a 3, misses it. Comes down again, takes another 3. Now jumps the passing lane, ties up, and then comes up with a steal here on Grant Williams. And then Grant Williams fouls Isaiah Crawford. What an impact Crawford has made immediately upon entering the game. My goodness. So he came in the game, missed the first 3, made the second 3, and then jumps the passing lane, gets a tie up. They jump it up. The Rockets win the jump. They run their offense again. Then he comes back and gets a steal this time, and then ultimately gets fouled. And now Şengün the other way, down the lane, puts up a jumper. Can't get it to go for Shepherd. And now here comes Tre Mann bringing it down the other way. Tre Mann coming to his left in the paint, kicks it out. Lamelo, another open look from 3 on the left wing, throws up an air ball. Tre Mann trying to save it. But right to Shepherd, home run pass to Crawford, a bad pass from Shepherd, and Crawford can't save it. Real bad pass from Shepherd. Oh, no, I guess he did save it, but right to the Hornets. I thought that was out of bounds for sure. They swing it out to Zion James, a wide open left corner three in transition. Can't get it to go, but battle for the rebound. The Hornets end up with it, and Diabate knocks down the left hook over Şengün for the putback. 31-29, 10 minutes to go. Pull-up three for Reed Shepherd. Well short, barely grazes the front of the rim. Tre Mann ends up with the rebound, bringing it down the other way. Has it up top, in and out dribble. Steps back, pulls it out. Coming to his right off the Diabate screen. Along the baseline, pull-up mid-range jumper. Looked like he got blocked from behind by Shepherd. It's an air ball. Here comes Thompson. A 2-on-1 fast break. Bounce past to Jabari Smith Jr. and throws down the one-handed slam. Tied at 31 again. A back and forth affair it goes. It looks like maybe Charlotte was going to start to blow this one open a little bit as their offense was rolling and they jumped up to a 10-point lead. But now suddenly it's back to a tied ball game and now we're exchanging baskets. They get over to the Lamelo ball, coming to his right off of the Diabate screen, coming to his right up top, step back, straightaway threes, feeling it, way off on that one, can't get it to go, but Şengün right through his hands, and it's out of bounds off of Şengün, but they're going to give it to the Rockets. No, they're going to change the call and give it back to the Hornets. It was definitely out of bounds off of Şengün. Eric C. said, facts, defense been better. If they play good defense, but the shot's not falling, we stay afloat. Definitely the biggest change lately, and I'm loving it for sure. I remember back in the 90s, free food scoring 100. Yeah. I mean, that was a different NBA. Nobody really holds their opponents to 100 anymore consistently for the year. Lamelo, a deep left corner three falling out of bounds, got it to go over Shepherd. And that's why you want Lamelo taking shots. Just stay in with him. D, what's up, D? Which team should I bet on for 200? Whichever team you're feeling it, brother. Whichever team you're feeling. It's 34-31, could go either way. They get it out to Shepherd, pump fakes, pulls it out, kicks it out to Şengün, swings through to his right, dancing with it, spins, kicks it out. Shepherd, a right wing three. Got it to go. Answers right back with a three of his own. Hornets helping out too much into the paint. Left Shepherd open. The only guy probably on this Rockets team, him and Durant, you really don't want to leave open. They get it out to Ball. Ball on the left wing being guarded by Shepherd. I might look to just isolate this. Ball down the lane, takes some contact, throws up a floater looking for a foul call, doesn't get it. He hits the floor. It's a 5-on-4, pushing it the other way. They leave it off for Shepherd as the trailer, a three. Can't get that one to go. Skying for a rebound, battling for it, knocked out of bounds by Jabari Smith Jr. Ball will go back to the Hornets. 8:30 to go here, tied at 34. Timer's about a minute behind, but we'll catch up. So the Hornets bringing it down. Tre Mann remains in the game. Don't think he's played particularly well here tonight. He's out there with Josh Green, Miles Bridges, Lamelo Ball, and Diabate. Bridges attracts two, kicks it out to Tre Mann. Pull-up jumper, can't get it to go, and Miles Bridges right there with a one-handed putback. Şengün up top being guarded by Diabate, putting his head down, spinning to his right, down the lane, gets blocked by Diabate at the rim. Here comes Bridges bringing it down the other way, swings it out to Lamelo Ball, pump fake, side dribble, wide open three, set his feet, fired, and knocked it down for Lamelo Ball, and it's quickly 39-34. 5-point lead built back up by the Hornets here. Offense moving and grooving. Defense leading the offense. 7:30 to go. Quickly approaching the halfway point here. They swing it out to Jabari Smith Jr. Pump fakes down the lane, lost the handle, and now here come the Hornets pushing the other way. Hit ahead to Lamelo, cross-court pass to Bridges. Bridges is going to walk into a pull-up three in transition. Got it to go. A practice shot right there for Lamelo. 2 straight threes for the Hornets. Leads to a 8-point lead yet again, and their offense, again, moving and grooving, building a lead. See if they could hold on to it this time, and if the Rockets can respond after this timeout. 7:20 to go. Approaching the halfway point of this second quarter right here. Lamelo with 16, 3, and 1. Not even doing a ton of creation assist-wise, but he is doing a great job of moving the ball around and scoring. He's been a go-to scorer here tonight. They're doing all of this without Concanipo or Brandon Miller on the court right now. It's a unit led by Lamelo. Tre Mann's 0 for 3. Josh Green knocked down 1-3 in transition. Diabate's got 4 points, and Miles Bridges with that 3 right there and the putback previously off the missed shot. 5 quick points for him, puts him into double digits at 10 now. As far as the Rockets go, really struggling to generate offense without Kevin Durant right now. 6 points for Şengün, 3 rebounds, no assist. And as I was updating the player graphics earlier today, Şengün's assists dropped from like 7 to about 6. So he's down about assists a game as the season's gone on. I don't know if defenses are just getting acclimated to how Şengün has been playing this year so far and changing up some of their coverages, or if also the Houston Rockets not knocking down threes as prolifically as they were earlier in the year. For a large portion to start the season, the Houston Rockets were number 1 in three-point accuracy as a team, which was kind of crazy considering that they don't have good three-point shooters on this team overall. Like Jabari Smith Jr. is an average three-point shooter at best. He is respectable, but not a knockdown three-point shooter. Şengün is not a good three-point shooter, and he started off the year on fire. He's now down to 30% from three. Kevin Durant is a good three-point shooter, but at this point in his career, not great. They also don't do a great job of getting him open catch and shoot threes. Okogie's not a good three-point shooter. Finney Smith just came back and has not shot it well since coming back. Reed Shepherd's really their only knockdown three-point shooter, but most of his come off the dribble. Hudson Quick said, "Where's this game at?" The game is in Houston. Who else? Tari Eason is a guy who's been lighting the Nets on fire. 48% from three-point range, but he has been in and out of the rotation constantly this year with injuries. So maybe a bit of a free fall from the three-point line is part of the reason why Şengün's assists are going down. Guys just not knocking down shots. Hey, check this out. Check this out. The Washington Wizards back up by 12 over the Pistons. Look at the Wizards go, baby. Look at the Wizards go. Keep building on it, Washington. Keep building on it. Love to see it, brothers. Love to see it. Please beat Detroit tonight. Jazz and Hawks now locked into a tight one, and I'm standing right in front of the score. My apologies. The Magic are going to blow out the Nets tonight. They're already up by 18, halfway through the third there. You have the Bulls taking on the Raptors. Raptors now up over the Bulls. Obviously, our Hornets Rockets coverage here tonight, 7:20 to go in the second. And then the Spurs Mavs just tipping off there. It's 10-6 early in that game. And then we have our late games later on here tonight. But here we go. Back into it. Josh Okogie up top, hands it off to Durant. Durant coming to his right. Gets it over to Jabari Smith Jr. Jabari Smith Jr. coming to his right. Stops, turns, spins, fall-away jumper over Knipple. Got it to go for him. They needed another basket there. We're under 7. Here comes Tre Mann up top. I don't love how much Tre Mann has played so far tonight. I don't think he's been particularly good. He's got to have a much better impact here. Knipple swings it out. Miles Bridges hesitates from 3. Now he's going to step back and shoot an even tougher 3, and he's going to miss it. If you're going to shoot a 3, you might as well take the first one. But Diabate out-hustles everybody to the ball. They save it in bounds. Josh Green gets it over to a relocation from Tre Mann, and he knocks down the 3 on the right wing. Here comes Amen Thompson, gets under the rim, throws it away. Josh Green beats Durant to the ball for a two-handed throwdown and an 11-point lead. Largest lead of the game for the Hornets, and defense leading to offense. Not something we could historically say about this Hornets team led by Lamelo Ball, but they are hooping right now, connecting on a string offensively, and also the futility of Houston's offense tonight, putting them in spots as they turn it over yet again. Just a bad pass from Okogie. I always liked Okogie, but this is part of the reason why he's, seemingly on a new team every season. Just not consistent enough. They get it over to Knipple. Knipple coming to his left off of the Diabate screen. They get it over to Bridges. Bridges attacking down the lane, goes to the reverse layup, got it to go past Okogie. Just literally drove right past him for the scoop layup on the other side of the rim. And now it's 49-36, a 13-point lead built up by the Hornets. Thompson down the lane, but there was a whistle called before the shot attempt. So a side out of bounds for the Rockets here. Off-ball foul by Tre Mann. Shepherd and Şengün coming back in. They need offense. Getting their best offensive lineup out there between Jabari Smith Jr., Kevin Durant, Alperen Şengün, Dorian Finney-Smith, and Reed Shepherd. So they got 4 capable shooters and Şengün as the hub. Durant, foul line pull-up jumper, got it to go. Stops the bleeding just a bit there. 49-48. Here comes Tre Mann. Mann coming to his left off a double screen. Has it up top, swings it out to Knipple. Hesitates from 3, now coming to his right, spins to his left, down the lane, beat the double team. Knocked out of his hands, though. And now hit a head pass to Şengün, and it over his head and out of bounds. And the second time the Houston Rockets have done that. had the advantage, pushing the pace the other way, and just throws a sloppy hit-ahead pass that flies over the head of their teammate and out of bounds. First by Shepard, now by Durant. Southern Gent said he's in the campaign category. Trey Mann is in the campaign category? A little bit right now. Is that what we're talking about? The campaign category is kind of crazy. It might have to be the Jordan Clarkson category now. A Kogi. Oh, that he's on a different team every year? Yeah. I mean, they do enough to get playing time. They're good enough basketball players to get playing time on the team that they're on, but not good enough to hold on to like a rotation spot consistently, and also stay with the team or do enough that the team wants to retain them and pull them back onto them. So Jensen, sorry, I think it was behind. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my internet. I'm gonna have to check it. I did check it the other day. I did the speed test and everything, and it was like, yeah, everything's fine. So, not entirely sure. What I might do after the stream ends here today is clean the computer. Sometimes it might be as simple as cleaning the computer out. Gets dusty and can lower the processing speed of the computer. Hopefully, I don't have to replace any parts in the computer, and hopefully it's not the computer. I don't think it is the computer processing in the computer, but sometimes it could be. I think this is an internet issue, and if that's the case, there's not much I could do on my end. Hudson said, do you think Kobe White was a good trade? I think it was a phenomenal trade. I think it was fantastic. He is an upgrade over Colin Sexton. He's going to end up being a great sixth man on this team. You needed another ball-handling guy who could take control of the offense when Lamelo's out, another point guard, and he fits the bill perfectly. And you didn't have to give up a lot. I think they gave up a first-round pick, maybe. I can't remember entirely, but I know Colin Sexton was a big part of that deal, and he's just an overall better player than Colin Sexton. So I think it's a fantastic deal. Getting a good player is always a good deal in my book, because even if they don't entirely fit with your team, you can move off of them and swap them for a player that maybe fits your team better. But just kind of continuously trading one player for a better player is always a good deal in my book, especially on your way up, right? You want to accumulate as much talent as possible. And I also think that Kobe White is a synergistic fit with this squad. He could play alongside Lamelo. He can be a point guard. He's a combo guard. He could be a point guard. He could be a shooting guard. You have Knipple, who could be a shooting guard or a small forward. You have Brandon Miller, who could be a small forward or power forward. So everybody could either size up if you want to play small. They could size down if you want to play big. I think it's just really great. Jay Garner, what's up, Jay Garner? Pump for Jose. As long as he can stay healthy, Knicks have a good shot. Yeah, I don't think the Knicks are really going to be able to do anything long-term without Deuce McBride, so hopefully he's healthy and ready to go for the playoff run. But Jose Alvarado is going to be fantastic for the Knicks. I'm hoping it's going to work out for them. Here we go. We're back into it. Bridges, down the lane, throws up a lefty hook, can't get it to go. Durant does a great job knocking the rebound away from Kalkbrenner. Now here come the Rockets, down the lane, over to Şengün, tried to throw down a jam over Knipple, and Knipple does a great job of going vertical and contesting the jam from Şengün and forces a miss. But a loose ball went to the Rockets. They were able to track it down. Reload that. Are we back? We're back. I know we're buffering. My apologies. I have to find a way to improve this. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to have to deal with it tomorrow morning. Number one thing on the docket to do. Jeff Brown, what's up, Jeff? Nipple down the lane, can't get the layup to go. It's 51-38. Missed some kind of basket there for the Hornets. They get it over to Şengün. Back to a 13-point lead for the Hornets. Now they're keeping the Rockets an arm's distance away. They get it down low to Thompson, who misses a layup against Kalkbrenner. They get it over to Şengün, who finally gets fouled. And they'll go to the foul line for 2 with 3:49 to go. My apologies, everybody, for the the buffering here tonight. Not entirely sure what's going on with the connection, but that is priority number 1 tomorrow, is to make sure we fix that. Because the Knicks are playing the Detroit Pistons, a big old game tomorrow. We have 3:49 to go. Şengün's on the foul line for 2. He knocks down the first one. He's got another one coming. We'll wait till the halftime here to go around the league. I'm interested, man. I'm real interested in that Wizards-Pistons game. Crandon, what's up, Crandon? My Wolves finally got a point guard. That's right. Who did you pick up? You picked up as Şengün misses the second free throw, a long rebound, and the Hornets able to recover it. You got Ayo Dosunmu. That's right. Big time injury. Big time injury. Oof, hope not. Big time acquisition. Absolutely. I don't know if he's necessarily a point guard, more of a shooting guard, combo guard. He's got a little bit of point guard capabilities, but he's not a downhill driver. But he is definitely much better than Mike Conley for you guys. He's more reminiscent of Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Knipple in the paint, spin pivots, and knocks down the little jumper over Amen Thompson. Beautiful move for Knipple there. Now a 14-point lead is opened up for the Hornets, their largest of the game. They get it over to Şengün. Şengün being guarded by Diabate. They throw the lob down low to Thompson, who just mishandles the pass. Now here come the Hornets bringing it down the other way. They get it out to Knipple, left wing three. Too strong, can't get it to go in transition. And now Şengün with the rebound. Quick outlet to Thompson. Thompson, full head of steam, coming down. Euro steps past the defender. Layup, got it to go past Bridges. Blake, what's up, Blake? Is Miller injured? Miller is not injured. He started the game, has not come back in. Maybe, we haven't seen him since, so maybe he's injured. I'll check for you right now, Blake. But he did start the game. He did play tonight. But we'll double check to see if maybe he's out with an injury. Because we haven't seen him since he went out. Miles Bridges, a straightaway three, can't get it to go off the bounce. And they're going to say it's out of bounds off of Jabari Smith Jr., so it'll stay here with the Hornets, but there's only 0.1 on the clock, I believe. Brandon said, definitely go Hornets. You are in a race with the Houston Rockets. That's right, Crandon. That's right. Timberwolves and Rockets battling for playoff seeding here. They get it in the Bridges, who just turns and fires and gets blocked by Jabari Smith Jr. It's going to be a shot clock violation. 2:30 to go here in the second. Crandon said, well, I think it's a good pickup for my Wolves. He plays defense. Oh, I think it's a fantastic pickup, Crandon. I think it's a fantastic pickup. I just don't necessarily see him as a point guard. But it's definitely a huge upgrade to your guard rotation, for sure. He has some point guard capabilities, but he's not necessarily the point guard you're looking for. Durant, a fall away midi, can't get it to go. Knipple with the rebound, bringing it down the other way. Approaching the 2-minute warning. Knipple lost the ball, gets it over to Diabate, mishandles it, and the Rockets able to pick it up. Quick hit ahead, and then they throw it away, but right to Şengün. The loose ball just dribbles right to him, and Şengün a no-look over-the-shoulder pass to Jabari Smith Jr. And we're back to 10, under 2 to go. Jeff Brown, what's up, Jeff? Doing solid, man. My team's on an 8-game winning streak, and we just beat the Denver Nuggets, so I'm feeling pretty good. We do have the Pistons tomorrow, which is going to be a tough one. Zion James has it up top, dancing with it, coming to his right, down the lane, hesitation move, throws up the floater, throws up an air ball, Zion James. Thompson with the rebound after Jabari Smith Jr. saved it from going out of bounds, bringing it down the other way. They get over to Jabari, over to Durant, high post, being guarded by Josh Green. Pull the pass up top to Jabari Smith Jr. Straight away three, got it to go for him. In rhythm, knocked it down, back to 7 it goes. Mini Productions, go, what's up, go? Kobe White returning home. Is he from that area? Great pickup. Great pickup from Charlotte. Oh, I think I did see that. He's from North Carolina. Knipple crosses over to his right, rejecting the screen, gets into the paint, kicks it out to James. James with the pass fake. Now kicks it out up top to Bridges. He's going to take the lane, kicks it out. Wide open three for Josh Green. Got it to go. Big time three for Josh Green. Kind of an average three-point shooter, but he knocks 2 open ones here tonight, which is huge for the Hornets to keep their offense humming. They're up to 9 for 21 from three-point range here tonight. Durant up top coming to his left, walks into a pull-up three over James. Got it to go. Answers right back with a three of his own. Anything you can do, I can do better offense for the Houston Rockets and Kevin Durant there. Knipple has it. Up top, being guarded by Thompson. Coming to his left off a screen. Going to drive it down past Şengün and gets the easy layup. Şengün just not at the level to meet the ball handler. And Knipple easily blows past him for the easy layup. Terrible defense for Şengün. Comes Durant. Durant up top. Being guarded by Diabate. Going to look to isolate. Durant crosses over to his right. Down the lane. Scoop lay with the right hand. Can't get it to go down. Knipple with the rebound. They're going to hold it for the final shot of the game here. About 10 seconds to go. Knipple coming to his left. Driving it down. Attacking Şengün again. They kick it out to Green. And gets fouled by Reed Shepherd on a three-point attempt. Ooh, that is not going to make Ime Udoka happy, I'll tell you that. Mini Production said, do you think the Hornets are making the play-in or the playoffs? They will probably make the play-in. if they can stay healthy. That's always been the issue with the Hornets, is that they just have had a really tough time staying healthy. Now that they're healthy, they're moving and grooving. One of the hottest teams in the league, 7 straight. The play-in the East is nothing to write home about. They should be able to make the play-in if they can hover around 500, and they're on their way. They're 23 and 28 right now. If they could have a very similar post-All-Star break run, they could definitely get 40-plus games this season, which should put them in the in the play-in tournament for sure. Crane said bad foul from Shepard. Really bad foul. Yep, and it is a foul. Slaps him on the wrist. It is a foul. I don't know if they're reviewing this or not. I think the refs are going to be reviewing to see if it's behind the three-point line. I definitely don't think the Rockets are challenging this, nor they shouldn't. So, Devin Hines, what's up, Devin? Come on, Charlotte. We're starting to become something. Absolutely, Devin. You guys are on your way for sure. For sure. Incredibly fun basketball team. Now finding ways to win. Absolutely. A lot of it is finally getting healthy and things coming together. Con Knippel being as good as he is, as early in his career as he is a huge also stepping stone. Brandon Miller finally getting healthy. Lamelo staying healthy has been incredibly important for the Hornets run this year. Diabate developing the way that he has been incredibly important, especially considering that the Hornets didn't really have a center coming into the season. Diabate has developed into one. Oh, there is a challenge. It's a bad challenge. This is a foul from Reed Shepard for sure. 10 times out of 10. Slaps him on the wrist. MBM said, Houston slipping, bad losing habits starting to rear up. Yeah. I mean, look, they're missing probably who would have been their starting center in Steven Adams, out for the season, not coming back. And then also missing their starting point guard, going back to this offseason when Fred VanVleet got hurt. He's out for the season. So missing 2 starters for Fred VanVleet for the entirety of the year and Steven Adams for about half the year. The second half of the year, he's going to be out for the rest of the season, is tough. Yeah, they are definitely building losing habits right now, the Houston Rockets, after a strong start to the year. Josh Green, who's knocked down 2 threes tonight, he's going to be at the foul line for 3 free throws. A bad challenge for the Rockets as they lose their challenge the remainder of the game. They lose their challenge. Eric C. said, not worse than that McHale foul last night. Absolutely. Josh Green, at least it didn't bite them at the end. They still were able to pull off the victory. Mini Production said, who's your favorite team? My favorite team is the New York Knicks. We cover every single Knicks game, Mini Productions. But as you can see here tonight, when the Knicks aren't in action, we try to go around the league and cover as many basketball games as possible. So we're approaching halftime as Josh Green knocks down all 3 of his free throws, 61-49, 12-point lead for the Hornets back again. And 1 on the clock, 3/4 scored here for Şengün is going to come up short. And that's going to be the end of our first half here. So, yeah, Mini Productions. We cover every single Knicks game. We don't miss Knicks games. They take number 1 priority over every other team in the league. But as you can see here tonight, we're covering Hornets, Rockets. We try to cover as many good basketball games as we can. Try to watch as many of the good teams as we can. With the Hornets being on an absolute tear as of late, I wanted to make sure we got a Hornets game in. There was one other game that I thought maybe could have been interesting today, and that was Spurs-Mavs. And so far it is, 27-22. Wanted to watch, Cooper Flagg, who's been on a little bit of a tear recently, watch him play as well. But I wanted to get a Hornets game in, man. We haven't watched enough of the Hornets this year. And they're giving us a reason right now, so wanted to take advantage of it while they are red hot. And playing a good Rockets team as well. Okay, Hayes said, Rockets getting spanked? A little bit. CJ Trent, what's up, CJ? Don't forget the smart front office. Yeah, Charlotte, who is it? Mitch Kupchak, right? Took over for the Charlotte front office a couple of years ago and has just made really smart, really sensible moves. Not going overboard with a couple of moves, not overreacting to things. Drafting Brandon Miller when a lot of people thought they should have taken Scoot Henderson too, me included. I was apparently wrong, although I'm still holding on to my Scoot Henderson stock. Brandon Miller was a phenomenal pick. Also, the Con Knippel pick took him at 5, maybe a little bit higher than some people thought, but clearly the correct pick as well. Took a chance on Lamelo. They didn't draft Lamelo, but took a chance on Lamelo when a lot of people were like, ooh, Lamelo, he's, silly kid. I don't know if he could be the face of your franchise. And guess what? As he's getting older, he is maturing, getting better, clearly well-loved by his teammates. Everything's coming up roses right now for the Hornets. They got some more building to do, obviously, but incredible building blocks with rookie Rookie Concanipple is a third year for Brandon Miller, right? Third season for Brandon Miller, and then Lamelo at only 24 years old, still growing. Been phenomenal. NBM said, Şengün cursing out the female refs, not nice. Yeah, and he got ejected for it. Devin Hines said, having 5 players on Charlotte that average over 18 is so versatile and dangerous. I don't know if that's ever happened. Is it 5 players? We went over the pregame. In the pregame, Devin, we go over every rotation player for both sides. And I only saw 4. Who's the other 5th guy? So I know LaMelo's at 19.3, Brandon Miller's at 20, Nipple's at 18.9, Bridges at, that's 4. Who's the 5th guy? Do you have 5? The next guy, are we counting Kobe White? Is Kobe White over 18? Is that who we're counting? Because I don't think anybody else is, nobody else is over 18. So, are we counting Kobe White? CJ Trent said, thanks for the Hornets love. What happened to Wemby? Did something happen to Wembanyama? Is he out? I don't know. Oh, Devin is counting Kobe White. He averages 18.5. Yeah, that's incredible. 5 players. Now, I think that Kobe White's average will come down a little bit because he got a lot of touches with Chicago as the starter. I don't think he'll be a starter here with the Hornets. I think he'll be their super sub 6th man, their super 6th man. So I think the average will come down a little bit from 18.5. Very difficult to have 5 players averaging over 18. But he'll hover around 18. You know, he might still be around 15, 16 a game. But or maybe other guys' averages might come down a little bit towards about 15, 16 a game as well. But that's a good thing. It's a good thing overall. Ryle Hawthorne? What's up, Ryle? Is Brandon Miller injured or something? Yes, you are the second person to ask that. And I don't know. That is a good point because he started the game, but we didn't see him return after getting subbed out. So I would assume he's injured. So let me look up his name real quick on Twitter, see if there's a report out for him. Look at Brandon Miller. He picked up 3 fouls. No, he's not injured. He picked up 3 early fouls. So I did realize he picked up 2 early fouls in the first quarter. 5 minutes into the game, he had 2 fouls and got subbed out. We didn't see him until the third. Yeah, there you go, Devin. Yeah, Devin has it. Miller has 3 fouls. That's why. CJ said, no, I was spanking Wemby and not Flag. I was saying, we spanked Wemby and Flag. Oh, I got you, CJ. I got you. What happened to Wemby in the game? Yeah, the Charlotte Hornets beat the Spurs. Probably their most impressive win so far, right? Great win. CJ said, man, Kobe's going to be perfect for a high-octane offense. I think he's been phenomenal. I think it's a great fit. Swapping out Colin Sexton for Kobe White, that's just an upgrade in the player. Did you guys give up a first-round pick, CJ, in that trade? I know it was Colin Sexton, but did you have to give up a first-round pick? Was it protected or anything? Brandon said, who was your biggest loser from the trades? Biggest loser? Maybe the Clippers? Probably the Clippers. I mean, they did get to move off of James Harden and pick up a young guard in Darius Garland, but we're going to have to wait and see what the medical say about Darius Garland. Clearly, Cleveland moved off of him because of the foot injuries. He just hasn't been healthy all year, and they might be nervous about it going into a playoff run with him and, kind of hitching their wagon to his future. Devin Hines said, nope, 3 second-round picks. Phenomenal trade then. Phenomenal trade. Incredible trade. 3 second-round picks are becoming more valuable because of the second apron. Second-round picks don't get guaranteed contracts. You can kind of negotiate a lot easier. Not easier, but you can negotiate. You can actually negotiate with second-round picks. Well, first-round picks kind of get the 2-2 contract as rookies, first-round pick rookies. So second-round picks are becoming more and more valuable during the second apron era here, the new CBA era. But still worth it. Still incredibly worth it. This is why you accumulate second-round picks, because you're not going to use all of them. A lot of times people also accumulate the second-round picks and then put them together to move up in a draft. Putting them together to go out and just grab Kobe White, phenomenal. Phenomenal move. I love that move. I was really interested to see where Kobe White was going to end up because I actually am a huge fan of Kobe White. I think he is an extremely underrated player because of where he's played his whole career in Chicago, where Chicago's just kind of been in the middle, hasn't done anything impactful the last decade since Rose got injured. Decade plus since Rose got injured, so. Crandon said, who is your biggest loser from the trades? I said the Clippers. Yes, the Clippers. Let's get back to that real quick. The Clippers, again, they were able to swap Harden for Garland. I think in the long run, that's nice. That's awesome for the Clippers if Garland can stay healthy. But they also moved the Vika Zubac, which I did not think they were going to do. I was actually really looking forward to the pick and roll combination of Zubac and Garland, but they moved Zubac to the Pacers. They picked up the Pacers pick, which could be great for them if it conveys. It's top 4 protected and then 10 to 30 protected. So as long as it falls between 5 and 9, the Clippers get the pick. But, like the Pacers might just make sure they stay in the lottery, or even if they just win the lottery, if they fall down but still win the lottery, the pick goes back to them, and then it's kind of just a really bad trade for the Clippers. Not sure what they're trying to do there because they don't own their pick this year, so they might still end up, after a really great run of giving their first overall pick this year to the Thunder and it being in a really good lottery pick. So I don't know why they moved off of a lot of their good players. So my biggest loser is the Clippers. I don't entirely know what they're doing here. I know they're trying to reset, but this season's not the season to reset for the Clippers. They don't own their pick. Their pick is unprotected going to the Thunder. So I don't know what they're doing. Juan said, did the Hornets just go into halftime break? Yes, the Hornets are at halftime. They hold the 12-point lead over the Rockets right now, 61-49. The Raptors up by 9 on the Bulls. Jazz up by 3 in the Hawks. I'm really interested in this Washington-Detroit game. The Magic are blowing out the Nets, of course. And now here we go, the big reveal. And it's an 8-point game halfway through the fourth. Okay, well, 7-point game now. 106-99. Can Washington pull off the big upset? I don't think they will. I think the Pistons will be able to pull this one off, but... Devin Hines, can you show the game leaders for the Hornets? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We'll go over the box score and the team stats in a second here. What's up? Not my Rockets suck. You might just be going through a slump. You might just be going through a slump. Then my Knicks went through a slump. It happens, but we'll see. Hudson Quick said, if all teams were to redraft, where would Khan go? His redraft? Like his draft class redraft? He might go second or third, depending on how you feel about Con Knippel versus VJ Edgecombe. I don't think you can go wrong with either one of those guys a second, but Cooper Flag still going number 1, brother. Still going number 1. Who was the second pick? Oh, Dylan Harper. Dylan Harper's still really good. You guys got to let me know. Are there any misses in this draft class? Because even the Knicks, who had like the 51st pick in this draft, got Mo Diawara, who's a part of their rotation. So there are seemingly no misses in this draft. It's insane. This draft has been insane. Not said, between today and the Celtics beatdown yesterday, I'm about to cry. Stay strong, brother. Stay strong. You just got to get to the All-Star break, right? The Rockets have dealt with some injuries. Eason has not been healthy. No Steven Adams the remainder of the year. You're already down Fred VanVleet. Your team's just looking for the All-Star break. You got 37-year-old Kevin Durant. You're just looking for the All-Star break, brother. Don't worry about what's going on right now. Delano said Durant got ejected or injured? What happened to Durant? I got to look up Jalen Durant because the Knicks play them tomorrow. Delano, what happened to Jalen Durant? Devin said Kalkbrenner, our second-round pick for the Hornets in the rotation as well, averaging a block and a half off the bench. Yeah, Kalkbrenner's been phenomenal. And I talked about it because it was really important because the Hornets did not have a real traditional center on their roster to start the year. And Kalkbrenner came up huge, and Diabate's development has been fantastic. Now I got to look up Jalen Durant real quick, and then we'll go through the box scores and everything for our game. Let's pull it up actually real quick right now so we can go right into it. What happened to Jalen Durant? Played 2 minutes in the second quarter, not even in foul trouble. Cannot make this up. Jalen Durant is injured, but nobody's telling me what the injury is. Nobody's telling me what the injury is. Just that he is injured. All right. I guess we'll leave it at that. K. Hayes said Yabu's cooking in Chicago. Is he playing? What do you mean he's cooking in Chicago? You gonna make me go look this up? What do you mean he's cooking in Chicago? He just got traded a couple hours ago. There's no way he's playing. Right? Are we saying he's gonna cook in Chicago? He's playing and he's got 15? Shout out Gershon Yabusele, man. Chicago's still down by 9. He may have scored 15, but he might be giving up 20 on the other end. Shout out Gershon Yabusele, though. Shout out Yabu, man. Shout out Yabu. I don't know how he's playing. He got traded. I guess he got traded last night. So he made that trip real quick, man. He said, I'm getting out there. I'm trying to play. I've been sitting on the bench all year. Bruce Palace said, bro, I told you he's scoring in the paint even as we speak. Shout out to Yabu, man. Shout out to Yabu. I'm happy he's doing well. I really am. Alex Davidson, what's up, Alex? Here from Charlotte, from downtown, spot 4, San Francisco. What's up? Let's go, baby. Yes, sir. Alex Davidson was with a subscription. Appreciate you, Alex. Appreciate you. All right, before we come back from halftime, we're going to run out of time, so let's go through it. Bridges with 12. Leading scorer of the game is Lamelo with 16, 6 for 11 from the field, 4 for 7 from 3. Miles Bridges with 12 on 12 shot attempts. Not great. The Houston Rockets' defensive game plan is to funnel the ball over to Miles Bridges and force him to either make perimeter shots or make decisions with the ball in his hands. And that hasn't been great offense for the Hornets when they get trapped in that. When they can move the ball around and get other guys involved like Lamelo and Con Knipple. Not so much Brandon Miller because he's dealt with foul trouble tonight. But Lamelo and Con Knipple have been phenomenal. 16 and 13 for them, 2 leading scorers. Lamelo's 4% from 3. A lot of them on just simple catch and shoots. Here tonight, moving the ball around, playing off of Knipple's gravity. Talked about it in the pregame. Phenomenal asset for the Charlotte Hornets to be able to get Lamelo off ball here this season. It's paid huge dividends to his game. He's got 0 turnovers tonight, right? I talk about turnovers all the time for lead guards and main playmakers. And Lamelo has always been a high turnover-prone guy, most of the time because he has a chaotic, wild play style. So having him split times as on-ball and off-ball and being able to allow him to play off the gravity of guys like Knipple and Brandon Miller, if he can get on the court today, goddammit, has paid dividends for him in terms of his efficiency, in terms of his ability to take care of the ball much better and not be forced in a position to try to make the home run play all the time. Just putting better players around him has made him a better basketball player all around, of course. As far as off the bench, Josh Green has been huge. He's got 11 points. He knocked down 2 threes. He knocked down all 3 of his free throws after getting fouled on a 3. Trey Mann has been not great. Kalkbrenner's defense has been fantastic today. He's got 2 steals and a block. He hasn't scored, hasn't taken a shot, but I think his defense has been fantastic in his 7 minutes. And then Sion James' defense has also been fantastic. If he can knock down a shot, would go a long way for the Charlotte Hornets. They'd have a much larger lead today. He's had some open looks. Devin said 4 Hornets in double figures. 4 Hornets in double figures. And Brandon Miller's played 6 minutes. So 5 on the way soon if Brandon Miller could stay on the court here tonight. Kevin Durant leading the way for the Rockets, 16. Jabari Smith right behind him with 13. But Şengün with only 3. Not great. And we're starting the quarter already. And outside of that, not getting a whole lot of efficiency out of his teammates. Not getting a whole lot of production out of them either. They try to get it down low to Şengün, and it's a turnover. Byam and Thompson had a bad pass. Miller had the Bridges down the lane, kicks out to Knipple, wide open left corner 3, and he starts the second half going with a wide open 3, 64-49. CJ said we're number 1 in efficiency right now. You're hooping, man. Hornets are hooping. I hope the league is taking them seriously. Thompson knocks down a little floater in the lane off a little Euro step. 64-51. Quick hit ahead the Bridges. He's going to fire right wing 3. Don't love that shot. Continue to run your offense, brother. You're getting whatever look you want. You don't have to heave it up there. He's 1 for 4 from 3 tonight. Durant has it. Leans in, throws up the floater. Got it to go. A lot of that was created off of the bad shot from Miles Bridges there. He's 1 for 4 from 3. He's a 33% three-point shooter. You don't need Miles Bridges saying, I got y'all tonight. You don't need that. Let Brandon Miller cook. He's just getting back into the game. Get the ball to Lamelo, who's been fantastic tonight. Fires a deep straightaway 3. Can't get it to go. Con Knipple as well. Just continue to run your offense. Hit ahead to Durant. Durant fall-away baseline jumper. 2 in a row for Kevin Durant. Knocks it back to single digits. Back to a 9-point game. 64-55. I'm telling you, that Miles Bridges 3 ruined some of the momentum. Lamelo has it up top. Gets it over to Diabate. Diabate up top now, being guarded by Şengün. He's giving him space. He picks up his handle. Now he's got nowhere to go. They get it back to Lamelo. Coming to his right off the screen. Behind the back pass to Diabate, rolling to the rim. He tried to throw down a jam, can't get it to go, but he does get fouled by Şengün, going to the line for two. And there's Lamelo having fun out there with a behind the back pass, off the pick and roll. Nice, beautiful bounce slip pass between two defenders for Lamelo. My goodness. Bruce Fowler said, curious to see which players exhale and go on to have good to great second halves. I think we're going to see a number of them. There was a lot of player movement this trade deadline. Usually there's two avenues, I guess 3 avenues the trade deadline can go. A couple of really big trades, and then a smattering of some small ones, or a bunch of like mid-sized trades, or usually sometimes we get some trade deadlines with a couple of small ones here and there, a couple of mid-sized ones here and there, but not a ton of movement. This year we had a ton of movement from players all around the league. Diabate split the free throws, by the way, 65 to 55. So we're going to, I didn't take into account the fact that I'm going to have to upgrade all our player graphics to take into account all the player movements. Jabari Smith Jr. draws a foul on Brandon Miller. That's 4 on Brandon Miller. And he has played 8 minutes tonight, and now he's probably going to come out with the 4 fouls. Really hurting his team tonight. If Brandon Miller were available to play, they, who knows? They might have a 15, 20-point lead tonight. Creighton said, do you think the Porzingis helps the Warriors? Not at all. Not at all. I mean, if he were playing and he could stay healthy, sure. But I don't think he's going to stay healthy. Don't think he's going to play. He'll play maybe every now and again, and then he'll really help them. But overall, he's not going to be available to play. We've seen this story before. He's not healthy enough, doesn't stay healthy enough. He's at a point in his career where he's dealing with some kind of illness. And it's just not going to work out in the long run. Really desperate move for the Warriors there after giving up on the Giannis deal. They do give, by the way, Jabari Smith Jr. 3 free throws. Really bad foul for Brandon Miller. Not just his 4th, but now giving him 3 free throws. He made the first, he missed the second. Got 1 more coming. Creighton said, I thought it was a pretty bad trade. I mean, they had to get off of Kuminga, but I didn't like picking up Porzingis. He's got even worse trade value to me. Got even worse trade value to me. Lamelo has it up top. Jabari Smith Jr. went 2 for 3 from the foul line. So it's 65 to 57, an 8-point game. Lamelo dancing around the Diabate screen, has it on the right wing, crosses over, swings through down the lane, gets blocked by Jabari Smith Jr., a lot of contact, and then Lamelo, after he fell to the floor, Jabari tried to jump over him and get stripped up a little bit, so they call the foul on Lamelo. Inadvertent tripping, but it's still, I guess, technically a foul. Creighton said 11 for 11. Yeah, fair. Fair. Not a great play for Lamelo, trying to do too much. Once he got into the paint, definitely should have either just threw up the floater or kicked it back out. Instead, he tried to do a deceleration, one-legged floater and got swatted out of there by Jabari Smith Jr. Delano said, my Pistons are going to need 4 to 5 threes to win this game. Not enough time? Yes, sir, brother. Yes, sir. All right, we have a review from the officials here. Probably looking to see if it meets the criteria of a flagrant. I don't think it does, but let's go around the league. Delano's telling us it looks like the Pistons are on their way to losing to the Wizards. Baby, yes, sir. 121-114. It's only a 7-point game with 1.5 to go. Anything could happen in 1.5 minutes. Let me put that up on the other screen here. Oh, now the Wizards are up 9. Yes, sir. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. All right, let me mute this. Don't need that. Don't need that. And the Wizards are going to wind down the time. They're under a minute to go, and they're up by 9, baby. Shout out the Washington Wizards. Shout out the Washington Wizards as, who is that? Somebody got fouled on the Wizards. Will Riley? Will Riley going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. We love it. We love it. Mark, what's up, Mark? Alvarado, yes, sir, Mark Alvarado. And guess what? The good news keeps rolling, Mark. The Detroit Pistons are about to lose to the Wizards tonight. The Wizards are up 9 with 1 minute to go. Delano said Durant got injured and Cade didn't throw his cape on. Cade don't have a cape, brother. Cade don't have a cape. He's not Jalen Brunson, I'll tell you that. Devin said, come on, Hornets, calm down. We can beat this team. Just beat them through the wings. Eason is out. Eason is out. Eason is out. They missed both free throws, but the Wizards get the rebound back, and Cooper throws a lob up, and they get the layup. Pistons getting ran out of the gym by the Wizards at home. Really bad loss for the Pistons here. Duncan Robinson, a corner three. Got it to go. So what was this call, by the way? Was this a technical, a flagrant? I know it's a transition take foul. I heard that part. So Durant's at the foul line, knocks down the first one. Bruce Fowler said the playoffs are going to be exciting. Teams like the Hornets are not a team anyone wants to see in the first round. Absolutely. If they make the first round, they're going to have to go through the play-in and probably 2 rounds of the play-in because I don't think they can get to 8. Maybe. We'll check the standings in the next timeout, though. Check the standings. I love that the Pistons are going to lose today. I absolutely love it. The Rockets do get the ball back. Transition take foul. 65-58. 9:30 to go. Get it into a Kogi. Kogi hands it off to Durant. Durant coming to his left, off, and now back to his right off the Şengün screen, dancing around it. They get it to Şengün. Foul line extended. Being guarded by Diabate. Leans in with the right hook. Can't get it to go. Miles Bridges rips down a rebound, but comes down and accidentally forearms Diabate in the face. Both players are all right. Lamelo has it on the right wing, dancing with it, coming to his left off the Diabate screen. Gets it over to Diabate, rolling to the rim. Quickly kicks it out to Josh Green, right corner 3. Got it to go for Josh Green. He said, Brandon Miller who? I could be Brandon Miller. And the Hornets back up by 10. 68-58. Thompson has it up top. Being guarded by Bridges, coming to his right. Hands it off to Durant. Durant gets it over to Şengün. Şengün holding on to it. Gets it over to Durant, inside to Thompson. Beautiful play as Thompson smokes a layup. Beautiful play for the Rockets. Got a wide open layup for Thompson, and he just misses a wide open layup. Extra pass for the Hornets. Miles Bridges, a left corner 3. Got it to go over Şengün as he rattles in. Miles Bridges has not been able to knock down 3-point shots. Now he's 1 for 5 before that 3. He was 1 for 5. But LaMelo Ball said, I'm going to make the extra pass to my boy anyway. And Miles Bridges rewards him by knocking it down. 71-53, a 13-point lead again. Ties their largest lead of the game, but then Şengün answers right back with a little floater. Here comes LaMelo bringing it down right side of the court. Coming to his left off the Diabate screen. Pulls it back up top, being guarded by Thompson. Dancing with it. Melo coming to his right. Down the lane. Loses the handle. Picks it back up. Wild kick out past the Bridges. Gets knocked out of the air by Durant. And Jabari Smith Jr. able to pick up. Back to Durant along the baseline. Reverse dunk for Kevin Durant. And that's a bad turnover for LaMelo. Those are the things he has consistently started to kick out of his game or get out of his game as of late. That time snuck right back in there. Really bad turnover. Easy 2 points for the Rockets, pushing it the other way. And it's back to a 9-point game. 71-62. 7:45 to go here in this third quarter. LaMelo dancing with it up top. Coming to his right. Tried to throw the pocket pass, but a kick ball by Durant got his foot up in there. And it'll stay here with the Hornets with 7:40 to go. CJ said, we ranked 11th, but 30 games left. 30 games left. You're going to have a really good rest of the season, of course. But we'll go through the standings and see how far can they climb. We'll go through the standings the next timeout. Melo on the right wing dancing with it. Coming to his left, lobs it over the top to Diabate. Diabate one-on-one against Şengün. Euro steps, gets blocked by Şengün. Not a great attempt there for Diabate. Quick hit ahead to Durant, down the lane, layup. Can't get it to go, but a foul by Knipple, and he'll go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Brandon said, Raptors are the 6th seed at 30-22. They are. They are. That's 8 games over 500. Don't know if the Hornets, with 30 games left, can get to 8 games over 500 unless they keep this pace up, then for sure. Mark said, where's Lonzo going to land? That's a good one. Lonzo, I don't know. He had a horrific showing down there in Cleveland, man. He was really bad in Cleveland. I don't know if any team is dying to go snag Lonzo. Might be Currents for him. I don't know what team is really looking to grab him, unless the team wants a veteran guard out there or something. I don't know. Durant gets both free throws to go. 71-64, 7-point game. 7:20 to go. Melo bringing it down. Gets it over to Diabate. Diabate up top. Hands it off to Knipple. Knipple coming to his right. He's got some space. Throws up the floater. Got it to go. Just really beautiful actions here from the Hornets. Charles Lee is such a good coach. Really underrated run here for the Hornets is how good of a coach Charles Lee is. Like, watching the Hornets offense, like, yeah, they have talented offensive players, but these are really good sets that they're running here to get their players quality looks. Down the lane, beautiful passing from the Rockets, but great defense by the Hornets to fly around, run guys off the line, and eventually knock the final pass from Durant out of bounds. So the Rockets will still remain possession. 9-point lead, 73-74. We are approaching the halfway point and a full timeout by the Rockets here. Andrea said if they win this, they're 24-28. Yes, let's look at the standings. Look at it. How far can they climb? How far can they realistically climb? So where are they now? Where are we now? 23-28. They're a game behind Chicago. They'll likely catch Chicago here. They are a game and a half behind Atlanta. They could definitely catch Atlanta to 9. Orlando's hovering around 500. Charlotte's 5 games out of 500. If they win tonight, they'll be 4 games out of 500. I definitely expect Charlotte to be at least hovering around 500 at the end of the year. At least 41 wins for the Charlotte Hornets today. Does that get them in contention with Miami and Orlando? The question is Miami? There's 2 questions here. Is Charlotte going to be better than a 500 team by the end of the year? Right? Are they going to be a 44, 45 win team? If that's the case, they could definitely climb up to 8, 7, maybe even 6, depending on if Toronto flails here towards the end. Which I don't expect, but maybe. Devin Hines said, I think so. I can see 45, 46 wins. I could see it too. I could also see, Devin, not to rain on anybody's parade, but I could also see the league catching up a little bit to the Hornets and being like, oh man, no, they're really good. We got to make sure we show up when we have to play Charlotte. And, them coming back down to earth a little bit. Which is why I'm kind of saying, like, if they play 500 basketball from the end of the All-Star break to the end of the season, that'll put them around 500. That'll put them around 41 wins. If they play a little bit better than 500 basketball, which is definitely possible, they could absolutely get to about 45, 46 wins. Where does 45, 46 wins ultimately get you in the East, right? I think that could get you in contention for the 6th seed, but ultimately I think you're going to be hovering in that play-in scenario with Miami and Orlando because eventually Franz Wagner will get back, so Orlando will get back to winning basketball. At least everybody hopes so, right? Hopefully Franz can come back. I feel like he's been out for forever. When is he going to come back? I don't know. And Miami is, like, I think the prototypical hovering around 500 all year long. So I think it'll come down to Charlotte and Miami battling for the 7-8 seed. And then maybe if Charlotte continues to be extremely hot down the stretch, can definitely climb into maybe that 6th seed right there. But I think top 5 is pretty out of the realm of possibility for Charlotte as long as these teams continue to do what they do. I think they've kind of separated themselves from the rest of the pack. But you never know. Philly definitely has the history of the injuries on their side, so. CJ said, don't even try that. Flag played us 49 and lost. Bruce Fowler said, I just never feel good about Toronto. Me either. And yet they continue to win basketball games. Mark said, guys, I'm really excited for Grand Theft Alvarado. Me too. Think he'll make it to Detroit? Maybe. I don't think he'll be available to play, but maybe. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see what Mike Brown says. Coming out of the timeout, here we go. We're back into it. Durant gets the ball, turns, fires, knocks down a midi. Down the lane, Lamelo leaves it off of Kalkbrenner. Kalkbrenner gets blocked by Dorian Finney-Smith. No, it was a foul. He's going to go to the foul line for 2. Mark said, how did the Wizards even win? Jalen Duren got hurt, but even before that, the Wizards opened up the game and got off to a 20-point lead in the first quarter. The Pistons just didn't take them seriously enough. The Wizards played extremely well, and you can lose to any team on any given night, man. Any team on any given night. Mark said they're absolute cheeks. They got hot, man. They got hot. They played well, played hard. The Pistons did not take them seriously to start the game. Gave them a big old cushion. Jalen Duren eventually got hurt, and then you lose. It is the NBA. Any team could lose to any team on any given night, which is why you can't take your opponents for granted. Can't take your opponents for granted. Drellon said, look at the stats. 27 for Durant so far here tonight. 16 for Lamelo. Still stuck on 16. Has not scored in the second half here. Down the lane, Thompson runs right into Grant Williams and picks up a charge. what Grant Williams does. That's how he protects the rim. Antonio Hutchinson. What's up, Antonio? What happened to Brandon Miller? He's been in foul trouble all night. Not today. I need 6 rebounds from Miller. He's going to kill my ticket. 8 minutes with 4 fouls is my luck. Yeah, I've never seen Brandon Miller in this much foul trouble. Lamelo tries to throw a tough lob up top to Kalkbrenner, gets knocked away. A bad pass from him. Here come the Rockets pushing the other way. Thompson down the lane, kicks out to Jabari Smith Jr., right corner 3. Can't get it to go. Lamelo does a great job knocking the rebound over to Kalkbrenner. Here comes Con Knippel bringing it down the other way. Excuse me. Knippel, quick crossover to his left, gets pickpocketed by Finney-Smith. Over to Şengün. Şengün back to Finney-Smith. Layup, got it to go. Rookie getting pickpocketed. Don't love to see that. It is a 7-point game, 75-68. Under 6 to go here in the third quarter. We're past the halfway point. Kalkbrenner gets it over to Grant Williams, rolling to the rim. Gets blocked by Şengün, but a foul. Going to send him to the foul line for 2. Şengün can't believe the call. Devin Hines said, come on, Charlotte, stay calm and consistent. Gunner Nation? What's up, Gunner Nation? Hornets for the win? That's a very clean block for Şengün, by the way. No challenge available for the Rockets. They wasted it earlier in the game on what was an obvious foul on Shepherd. So 2 free throws for Williams here, as it was a clean block by Şengün. Knocks down the first one. He's got another one coming. Mark said, Leon cooked, as always. Yes, sir. Put respect on Leon Rose's name for sure. Moved off of Yabusele and his contract. Picked up Dalen Terry, then swapped Dalen Terry for Alvarado. Especially considering Deuce McBride is going to be missing time. So, excellent moves for Leon Rose. Andrea said, Kalkbrenner's trash? Kalkbrenner's solid. I think he's played well today. All you need him is to rebound and knock down, or rebound and contest shots in the paint. And I think he's done that at a high level today. Grant Williams knocked down both free throws on the other end. Durant gets to the mid-range jumper yet again. Zion James coming to his right, pulls it out, all the way out to the three-point line. They leave him wide open. He's going to rhythm dribble 3. Got it to go. He said, dare me to shoot, I'll oblige, and gives his team a 10-point lead, 80-7 here, 5 minutes to go. Forgot to restart the timer, my apologies. Delano said Sasser came out of nowhere and probably should have started. I feel like we're always saying that about Marcus Sasser. They hand it off to Durant, coming to his right, foul line, hesitation, tries to leave it off inside, gets knocked out of the air by James. Kalkbrenner picks it up. Great defense from Zion James. And now here comes Lamelo Ball, bringing it down. They're holding on to a 10-point lead. Bobby Boucher, what's up, Bobby? Rockets need to pick up Cam Thomas. Wouldn't be a bad thing. Wouldn't be a bad thing, I don't think, in the long run. They need somebody to go get themselves a bucket. Lamelo, one-legged fall-away 3. Got it to go. Terrible shot. Horrific shot for Lamelo Ball. But those are the ones he needs to take. And he knocks it down. My goodness. They try to get it inside to Thompson. He loses the ball out of bounds. It's going to stay here with the Rockets. 4:20 to go. Keenahar, what's up, Keenahar? Sean Woodward, what's up, Sean? Win streak is staying alive tonight for the Hornets. Looking like it. Looking likely. Trying to tie the Knicks with an 8-game winning streak here tonight. 2 hottest teams in the league. Crane said Durant is cooking. Tonight. He is. He's got 29 points, 10 for 17 from the field. Without Kevin Durant knocking down shots consistently tonight, I don't know where the Houston Rockets would be, because their offense has been pretty bad all around. Şengün's got 5 points. He does have 7 rebounds and 5 assists, which is nice. But, brother, they need you to score as well. Jabari Smith Jr. is the second leading scorer of 15. Thompson's got 6, 5, and 5. Look, it's nice that you're doing a little bit of everything. When the shot's not going down, we say it all the time, you don't have to score every night, right, for 82 games. There's going to be some nights where the shot's not going down, but you can't give them 6. Like, give them 10, give them 12, and do everything else. Don't give them 5 and 6. You need your 2 of your 3 best players to step up here. They're not doing so. Durant's giving you what he's giving you tonight. He's actually giving you more than what he's averaging. So somebody else got to step up to help him. Jabari Smith Jr. so far has hit his average of 15. So somebody other than these 2 guys needs to do something on the offensive end. Yeah, he said Şengün needs to do more. Yeah. He was upset he didn't get named to the All. Did he get named to the All-Star team this year? I don't think he did, right? He was one of the one of the players that people were like, wow, how did Şengün not make it? This is why. Nights like this, or you need to step up. FF2 Pro, what's up, FF2 Pro? Okay, Josh Green, I see you. Josh Green's hooping. 14 points tonight, 4 for 4 from the field. Look, he's a middling three-point shooter, but he's knocking down his threes tonight. It also helps when they're wide open. Devin Hines said it's Moose. He's knocking down Şengün. He has, yeah. He's locked him up pretty well tonight. I would also say Şengün has not been that aggressive, though, as well. Diabate's done a great job on him, for sure. He's making it difficult on him. But Şengün is an all-star level player, even if he didn't make the all-star team this year. You need to have more than 5 points. If it takes more than 8 shots, take 15 shots tonight. And if you go 2 for 18, then shout out Moussa Diabate. Shake his hand after the game. But your team needs you to step up. Kevin Durant needs you to step up. Relying on a 37-year-old is crazy. Crazy. Sean said, Con breaking the 3 points make in less games than Curry. Different league. Curry entered the league in 2009, brother. We were not taking threes like that back then. CJ said, you're wiping off my comments? What did I do? FF2 Pro said, what are you a fan of? What team? I'm a Knicks fan. I'm a New York Knicks fan. Jay Hammer said New York Jets had an 8-game winning streak. They did not. Kinar said, I looked at the advanced metrics. Con is still having a better rookie season than Cooper, but Cooper is coming on. Shout out the advanced metrics, but you got to utilize those in also context of the teams and the roles that they're on. Cooper Flag was playing point guard to start the year with an extremely injured Dallas Mavericks team. Right? The metrics don't take that into account either. So, in combination to the advanced metrics, the traditional counting stats, and the eye test, Cooper Flag is without a doubt the rookie of the year. It's not even close. Bruce Fowler said, do they boo the home team in Houston? The Knicks be getting serenaded? I think every home team will boo their squad if they're not performing well. I don't think the Rockets are giving a bad performance. The Hornets are just very good, man. Respect for the opponent. Respect the opponent. Playing extremely well. Kinar said, like I said, Cooper is coming on. He is coming on. He is coming on as of late. But, again, the context of the entirety of his season. Starting him at point guard. Knibble got to the foul line, by the way. Starting him at point guard, it's 84-72. Knipple's got one more coming. 84-72. And Knipple knocks down both, 85-72. Starting him at point guard to start the year. Really injured team. The whole Nico Harrison, fire Nico chance to start the season. Really rough situation to play in. There was all stories coming out about how the Dallas Mavericks did not like playing at home. All the context involved, Cooper has been number one for me pretty much the entirety of the year. Lamelo has it up top. The fact that the advanced metrics are starting to pick up is wild because everybody else got off to a head start ahead of him. Knipple got fouled again going to the rim. Nice pass from Lamelo with Knipple curling around in the paint off a screen. Back at the foul line for 2 more free throws. Knipple's got 20 tonight. He's phenomenal. He's probably number 2. Without a doubt, number 2. And then Edgecombe 3, and then everybody else is behind them. Those 3 guys have pretty much separated themselves into in this race for Rookie of the Year. But I think it's a pretty clear 1, 2, and 3. Flag 1, Knipple 2. Not that far behind, but definitely 2 in my eyes. With VJ Edgecombe at 3. Antonio Hutchinson, what's up, Antonio? My bad. Did Brandon foul out, though? Why? Or will they bring him back in? They'll bring him back in the 4th. He's picked up 4 fouls in very limited minutes here tonight. He cannot stay out of foul trouble tonight. All right, here we go. We're under 4 to go. Knipple knocked down both free throws again. It's 87-72, a 15-point lead. Durant a straightaway 3. In and out, can't get it to stay. Battle for the rebound. The Rockets save it into a Kogi. They kick it back out to Finney Smith. The corner 3 gets swatted out of there by Kalkbrenner, and he's out of bounds when he goes to save it. And there's Kalkbrenner being fantastic here tonight so far. He's been a phenomenal defensive presence down low for the Charlotte Hornets here. I think it's been fantastic. David Hodge Jr. said, Hornets, Pistons, first round playoff matchup. Pistons better worry. They're really good, man. They're really good. They're really good. Get it into Durant. Sean said, do you think Con can win Rookie of the Year? It's possible, for sure. But as long as both players are healthy and they continue to both play well, I think, as Durant scores again, I think Cooper Flag will end up winning it. But it's close. It's decently close. Knipple definitely has a chance as he turns it over there. Good defense from Shepard, knocks it away. And Okogie will bring it down, pull it out, gets it over to Durant on the right wing, picked up by Trey Mann. This is not a good matchup. They quickly bring a double team. They swing it around. Over to Shepard. Pass fake. Left wing three. No hesitation. In and out. Can't get it to stay. Good box out and rebound for Kalkbrenner. Now here comes Trey Mann. I keep wanting to call him Nick Smith Jr. because of his hair right now. But Trey Mann down the lane to play with the right hand. Can't get it to go. Kalkbrenner can't get the tip. And now here comes the Rockets. Shepard on the left wing off the outlet. Shepard coming to his right. Off the screen, down the lane, foul line floater. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Sion James with the rebound, bringing it down the other way. A couple of nice opportunities here for the Hornets if the Rockets have missed some very makeable shots. Up by 13, holding on to this lead. A little over 2 minutes to go. James dancing with it. Coming to his right, lobs it over the top to Grant Williams. Now over to Kalkbrenner. Pump fake, floater, can't get it to go. Grant Williams, an offensive rebound, kicks it out to Knipple. Driving to his right, leaves it off for Grant Williams. Right corner three, no hesitation. Too strong, can't get it to go. Capella with the rebound. Here come the Rockets. Very makeable shot for the Hornets, and they miss it. Could burn them in the end as Shepard fires a three, trying to get it to 10. He can't get it to go. A rebound for Grant Williams. Here comes Trey Mann. Again, wanted to call him Nick Smith Jr. Trey Mann has it up top. Directing some traffic. 1:30 to go in this third quarter. Trey Mann dancing with it. Gets it over to Grant Williams. Grant Williams gets it over to Knipple. Knipple off the screen, straightaway three. Comes up short. Can't get a friendly bounce. Capella with the rebound. Here comes Durant. Durant bringing it down. Gets it out to Shepard. Shepard pulls it out. Gets it up top to Capella. Capella hits KD, cutting back door. KD, mid-range fall-away jumper. Well contested off the back rim. Fight for the loose ball rebound. Saved by the Rockets. And then Grant Williams runs into Okogie going for the loose ball and a foul. We'll send Okogie to the foul line as both teams are in the bonus for the final minute here. David Osh Jr. said Pistons are pretenders till they win a playoff series. I don't blame you for feeling that way, for sure. Okogie at the foul line, misses a free throw. Devin Hines said, can't argue with almost 7 rebounds and a block and a half off the bench. Kalkbrenner's absurd. He's fantastic. He's fantastic. Okogie does knock down the second one as he splits the free throws, 87-75, a 12-point lead for the Hornets. They've kept the Rockets at arm's distance away here tonight. They get it over to Diabate up top. Fakes the handoff, keeps it. Gets it out to Trey Mann, one-on-one against Jabbar Smith Jr., steps back, crosses over to his left, down the lane, leans in, and gets fouled by Jabbar Smith Jr. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws with 48 seconds to go. Bruce said Yabusele was advised. The Middle East isn't where anybody want to call him right now. I mean, Israel did express interest in signing Yabusele to their league, as not to say that Yabusele was interested in going. Trey Mann knocks down the first one. He's got another one coming. David Osh Jr. said regular season means 0. I completely disagree, brother. Regular season is incredibly important. Incredibly important. But it's not 100. It doesn't mean everything, and it doesn't mean nothing. But watching the regular season absolutely informs matchups into the future. 89-75 as Trey Mann knocked down both free throws. Durant up top coming to his left. Dancing with it against Diabate. Coming to his right. Down the lane. Mid-range pull-up jumper again. Can't get that one to go. Good defense from Diabate. Good contest. Here comes Trey Mann bringing it down the other way. Has it up top. 30 seconds to go. Under 30 seconds to go. Trey Mann's going to wind down the clock as much as he can. There's about a 9-second difference between game clock and shot clock. About a 10-second difference. Trey Man directing traffic, calling for a screen. Crosses over to his left, steps back, crosses over to his right, driving it down. Scoop play with the right hand. Way off, can't get it to go. Diabate, the offensive rebound, kicks it out to James, and now they have the final shot of the quarter. Brandon Miller has it up top. Miller, pump fake, spins, fall away midi, comes up short, and a foul. Will send Brandon Miller to the foul line for 2 free throws with 1 second to go. Wow. David Hines said, our defense has been so good since beginning of the year. Charlotte is actually scary. Yeah. Defense has been fantastic so far here tonight. You got the athletes to play defense. It's about time they stepped up and did it. Sean said, Buzz City is alive. Everyone needs to recognize this win streak stays alive tonight. You're on your way. You got 12 minutes of basketball left, so nothing fully decided yet. Miller knocks down the first free throw. It's 90-75. Got one more coming. Miller knocks down both. 91-75, 16-point game. 3/4 court heave for Finney Smith comes up short, and that will be the end of our third quarter. 12 minutes up on the clock. 16-point lead for the Charlotte Hornets. Can they hold on and pull an 8th straight victory off, or will the Houston Rockets play spoiler here tonight? Kevin Durant has been in fuego. He's 11 for 21 from the field for 31 points. Not getting a ton of help here tonight. Jabari Smith Jr. does have 15. But a lot of this has been created by his teammates, not self-creation right here. So let's go around the league. The end of the quarter here. We don't have a lot of time, so let's do it. Let's do it. Hawks Jazz locked in a tight one. 20 seconds to go. It's a 1-point game. You guys can't see. My bad. Locked in a tight one. Spurs up by 9 on the Mavs. You know, I said definitely rooting for Charlotte. I like good basketball. Charlotte's been playing some good basketball. Very consistent so far tonight, by the way, too. First quarter, 29. Second quarter, 32. Third quarter, 30. They're just consistently staying solid, which you'll love to see. Love consistency. Sean said, yes, they can. Better believe. Raise them ones to the sky. Hornets coming for it all. And then you got the late games, Warriors, Suns, 76ers, Lakers. But we could go over the surprising result here. Pistons almost fully healthy. Jalen Duren got hurt during the game. But before that, they were down by 20 to the Wizards. So not going to use that as an excuse. Wizards end up taking down the Pistons tonight. Crazy, crazy outcome. 126-117. The Magic beat down on the Nets in a pretty big blowout. A 20-point blowout for them, 118-98. The Magic definitely need a game like that. And the Raptors took down the Chicago Bulls. Check out our guy Gershon Yabusele having a very interesting game tonight off the bench. 15 points, 6 for 11 from the field. 11 rebounds for Big Gersh. 3 assists, a turnover, 2 steals, 4 offensive rebounds. Played 33 minutes tonight. By far the most amount of minutes he played. You know, I said Durant hurt. Durant did get hurt. Let's go back to Twitter and see if we can look up the Jalen Duren injury. Tried to look it up earlier. Nobody had any reporting on it yet. So let's look it up now. Maybe he didn't get hurt? There's no reporting on an injury. Jalen Duren injury. People are just saying he got benched today. No injury. No injuries being reported for Jalen Duren, so I don't know what's going on with him. Here we go. Start of the fourth quarter, by the way. Start of the quarter, Trey Man knocks down a shot. Regular 2. Regular 2 for Trey Man. Mid-range pull-up jumper for Man. 93-75. 18-point lead. Trying to get it to 20. 20-point lead in the fourth quarter. Would be a tough comeback for the Rockets here. They get it out to Shepard. Shepard coming to his right. Down the lane. Swings through. Right-hand layup. Can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Knocked out of bounds by James. Jose. What's up, Jose? What's up with the Rockets? Having a little bit of a slide here for sure. Jay Hay said knee soreness? I mean, I looked it up. I didn't see, I mean, it's only Twitter, but I didn't see anything from beat reporters reporting an injury. I believe you. It's just Trey Mann down the lane, can't get the layup to go. Diabate saves it and kicks it out to James. Now they get over to Miller, extra pass to Mann. Mann doesn't take the three, pulls it back out, coming to his left. Smart move. You don't want to force it. Mann now settles for the pull-up three, walks into it, can't get it to go. Long rebound, and the Hornets pull it out. They get it over to Bridges, over to Miller, wide open straightaway three. Rattles it in. Wow. 21-point lead for the Hornets, and the Rockets look like they're sinking like a rock right now. FF2 said, Jalen Duren, a right knee injury? I believe you guys. There's no reporting on it yet. They get over to Şengün. Şengün, high post, left wing. They're out there without Durant, who's been the entirety of their offense tonight. Şengün in the post, to his right, flips it up with the right hand. Can't get it to go down. Battle for the rebound. But he tips it up and in on the second attempt. Battling for the rebound. They needed a little bit more of that tonight. 19-point deficit with 10 minutes to go is a tough ask against a really red-hot, confident Hornets team. Miller back in the game, of course, coming to his right. He's knocked down a three already down the lane. Tried to shovel it down low to Diabate and right through his hands. Not a great pass from Miller. Too hot of a pass. Well, the rule is if it hits your hands, you got to catch it. And it hit Diabate's hands. Thompson leaves it off for Jabari Smith Jr. Foul line pull-up jumper. Rattles it in. A couple of back-to-back buckets for the Rockets there. Back down to 17 it goes. Miller bringing it down the other way. Miller crosses over to his left. Dribble pull-up three off the screen. Comes up short. Long rebound to Diabate. Hands it off to Trey Mann. Left corner three. Can't get it to go. Loose ball again, and Diabate battling for it. And a loose ball foul on the Rockets. Diabate just out-hustling the Rockets. Shout out to Diabate, but also the Rockets' really putrid effort right now. My goodness. Really putrid. Like, shout out Diabate. One of the, most high-energy bigs in the league for sure. But the Rockets, three guys standing around watching the Diabate fight for that rebound. Not even, going after it with him. Miller, mid-range pull-up jumper, got it to go. And now Brandon Miller getting it going here. He's up to 11. After only playing a handful of minutes here tonight with foul trouble. They get it out to Shepherd. Shepherd down the lane. In the paint, pull-up jumper. Gets a friendly bounce off the front of the rim. Zion James coming to his left. Get it out to Trey Mann. Trey Mann coming to his left down the lane. Stops, turns, spins, pivots. Takes it out to Diabate. Back to Mann. Mann coming to his right off the screen. Pull-up three for Mann. Can't get it to go. You guys just got to imagine, instead of these Trey Mann minutes, that's Kobe White out there. I think Trey Mann has not been very good here tonight. He hasn't had a good season at all. Jabari Smith Jr. dancing with it. Stops, turns, spins, fall away. Can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. And Nick's, I keep wanting to call him Nick Smith Jr. with his hair tonight. He's got his hair out. Trey Mann grabbed the rebound. They get it over to Miller. Miller has it in the post against Shepherd. Obviously, big size advantage. Show a double team. He steps through. Kick it out to Mann. Extra pass to James. No hesitation. Three in the corner. Got it to go for Zion James. And just like that, it's back to 20. And it's looking like the Rockets will end up going down. They are not building any momentum. Amin Thompson walks into a pull-up three. That's when you know you're very desperate to knock something down right now. My goodness. Amin Thompson just walking down and pulling threes. That's a desperate Houston Rockets team right there. 101-81. Miller coming to his right, pocket pass to Diabate in the paint. Down the lane, takes his two steps, and gets the layup to go past Capella. And the largest lead of the game, 22. And a timeout for the Rockets. Looks like they're going to go down. Under 8 to go. 7:44 exactly. Let's sync our time up. Brandon said Thompson is bad from three. So I could be better from three. Yeah, he's shooting under 20% from three-point range this year, which is obviously not good. Obviously not good. If you want to be a point guard, you can't shoot 20% from three. You have to be a respectable three-point shooter. I'm not even asking you to be a good one. Be a respectable one. And by respectability, I'm talking about 34% from three. That is a low bar from three-point range. 20% is despicable shooting, man. Devin Hines said Charlotte's playing so dang good. Playing excellently, man. Excellently. It's not just Houston playing poorly tonight, which they are. It's also a combination of the Hornets playing very good basketball right now. Andre said Hornets are contenders now. Their wins are legit. Contenders for what? Contenders for the playoffs for sure. Contenders for a championship? Slow down. Jose said, good night, Rockets team full of excuses. Brother, as a Knicks fan, I've been there. Trapped in the 90s said, Lacey, Tim's Knicks Nation, we got busy. The pizza arena tomorrow, yeah, Little Caesars. Down there in Little Caesars in Detroit. They lost today against the Wizards. Obviously, we didn't get to watch the game, but losing against the Wizards is never good. Yabusele with 15, a season high 15. The Raptors, everybody played well. I mean, quickly took 20 shots. My goodness. Took 20 shots tonight, 9 for 20. As a point guard is kind of crazy. Brandon Miller took 20. No RJ. What is going on with RJ's season, man? He's in, then he's out, then he's in, then he's out. Barnes did play, so RJ was the only guy who's out. What's going on with RJ? Really rough season for him. Sean Woodward, my guy Sean. Good night, Rockets. Hornets keep the win streak alive. Let's see how far they can go with this win streak. For sure. What's their schedule looking like? Next time out, we'll take a look at their schedule. Actually, we're not back yet, so we can take a look at it right now real quick. Who they got coming up to end? They got Atlanta. Could be a tough one. Atlanta can be feisty. You never know what kind of game you're going to get from Atlanta, so you get a good game against them or a bad game against them, I would think the Hornets beat them. And then you got a tough one on Monday. Detroit versus Charlotte. The Knicks don't play on Monday. I don't think they do because the Knicks play on Sunday. Definitely Hornets versus Detroit on Monday. That's definitely a game we're going to be looking to cover, for sure. Here we go. We're back into it. J.D. Davison down the lane. Are they waving the white flag? They are waving. The Rockets are waving the white flag here tonight. They got their bench in. Wow. Wow, they are out there. You can see it right here with Uncle Jeff Green. The full embodiment this year of the white flag. Shout out Jeff Green. He's had a great career. But this year, Uncle Jeff, he is the embodiment of the white flag. When you see Jeff Green in the game, oh, as he catches a poster, maybe not so much an uncle. What? And the foul on Cogburn. Where did that come from, Jeff Green? What are you talking about? You're going to get a poster tonight. What? Uncle Jeff Green still got it in him. What? What are you talking about, Jeff Green? What do you mean you're even you're gonna try to get a poster and then get the poster? That's insane. And he knocks down his and one free throw. Hazy, get it, Jeff. Look at Uncle Jeff Green get it going, man. Look at him get it go. I already gave him the 3 points. 103 to 84. Wow. Wow. Lamelo bringing it down. Crane said the Rockets will probably be a first-round exit this year. Depends who you match up with in the playoffs, but it's definitely possible. Brandon Miller throws it away. 19-point game with 7 minutes to go. Rockets pushing it down the other way. Yeah, back to their lineup. They have Uncle Jeff Green out there. I got distracted after the poster. Who else do they have? Aaron Holiday's out there. Aaron Holiday's out there with J.D. Davison, Clint Capella, Isaiah Crawford, waving the white flag. Waving the white flag. Shout out to these guys. Get an opportunity to play, of course, but you put in your third stringers, some of you in your fourth stringers. This one's over here tonight. Devin said, keeping Houston to 84 points is ridiculous, especially at home. Great job, Hornets. For sure. For sure. Now, the Rockets aren't a little bit of a slide. They got dominated by a Boston Celtics team that didn't have Jaylen Brown last night. So there's also that. But you don't look down on your opponent. You came in, you handled business. You're going to walk away winners, and that's ultimately the most important thing. And we're now past the halfway point, under 6 to go. Keenan R said, I didn't see the team preseason, sans Van Vliet, but I appeared to be wrong. Can't win in the NBA without a real point guard, man. And it doesn't even have to be like a legit point guard, just somebody who can organize your team. They don't have that person on the roster. Surprised they didn't go out and maybe try to be involved in the Kobe White sweepstakes. If all it took was Colin Sexton in 3 seconds, I would have threw maybe a first or two in that deal. I don't know if the Rockets have that kind of draft capital available to them, but I definitely would have threw as many picks as I had to try and go get Kobe White, because you have an opportunity to be really competitive this year. Go get yourselves a point guard. And the fact that they didn't, I think is going to come back to bite them, because Kevin Durant is 37 years old. He's not going to hang around and be at this level for the remainder of his career. Now, maybe you're just going to be banking on Şengün and Shepherd and Thompson development, but come on, right? Come on. Crawford knocked down a floater, by the way, and it is a, 17-point lead. 86 to 103 now. Not entirely over yet. Obviously, I've gotten away from calling the game play-by-play so far here tonight, but that's because it's a blowout. We're winding down the time, and it appears as though Houston is waving the white flag a little bit, but maybe these guys will get Houston in this game just enough for them to be able to put the starters back in and make it interesting. Who knows? CJ Trent said, our kids won the Summer League. It's always cool, for sure. Always cool to win the Summer League. My Knicks team had an absolutely horrific Summer League team this year. We didn't do anything. So, Bruce Fella said, Green, with the heart condition, he's still in the league? Oh, he's been in the league, Bruce. He's been in the league ever since the heart condition. Right? It was like, what, a year and a half he had to take out with the heart surgery? But he has been back in the league and has had no issue since. Sun Jen said, good for the Rockets. Suns projected to win 32 games this season. Absolutely. Let's look at the standings. I said we were going to look at the standings, right? Oh, no, their schedule. We were going to look at the schedule, but we'll look back at the standings. So before the All-Star break, so you have Atlanta twice and Detroit before we get to the All-Star break, which is February 11th is your last game. And then coming out, you have a rematch against Houston, and then Cleveland with James Harden, brand new acquisition, James Harden. Washington should be an easy one. Chicago should be an easy one. Indiana should be an easy one, although they have Zubac now. Who knows? Could be tougher. You got Portland. Portland's always tough. Dallas. Dallas could be tough. That's a Cooper Flag, Con Knipple rematch right there. One for the ages for sure. Kinar said, what heart condition did Green have? I don't remember what the heart condition was. I could look it up. I'll look it up for you. I'm pretty sure he had to have open heart surgery. What was his heart surgery? January 2012, Jeff Green underwent successful life-saving open heart surgery at Cleveland Clinic to repair a dangerous aortic root aneurysm discovered during a physical. CJ Trent said, Knicks reach too much on the whiny superstars? You gotta be in the playoff scene before you start talking spicy, CJ. Come see us at the top of the conference, brother. Devin said Hornets on fire. Moose with the double-digit boards. Khan probably Lamelo will have over 20. 5 plays with over 11 as well. 5 players with over 11 as well. They've been fantastic, utterly fantastic tonight. Continuing to play their game. Lamelo has it up top. He's got 19, 4, and 3. Knipple with 22. Miller with only 11, obviously with the limited minutes and the foul trouble. Miller, fall-away baseline jumper, can't get it to go. But we are 4:40 to go here so far tonight. Kinar said, my friend died of that in surgery at 31 years old. Oof. It's a great story for Jeff Green. I'm a root for him now. Yeah, back in 2012. It was thought that his career was probably going to be over. I think he was out for a year and a half, maybe even 2 years out, and then he came back and hasn't had an issue since. Yeah, if you look up pictures of him, he's got that gnarly scar on his chest, obviously, but yeah, it was a huge deal when it happened. 2012, open heart surgery. And it was a routine physical. So it wasn't like, it just came out of nowhere, and then all of a sudden it was reported he was in surgery. It was like, whoa. LaMelo, a deep 3, can't get it to go. Where are we at? 4 minutes to go here. Sean said, the atmosphere in Charlotte is real this year. We're keeping the win streak alive for a while. You should. You have Atlanta coming up. You should be able to beat Atlanta and keep the win streak alive to 9. And then you have Detroit. And Detroit's going to be the big tough one to get to 10. Detroit's going to be the big tough one to get to 10. That's going to be a great barometer for where this Hornets team is. If you guys win that one, absolutely, brother. Absolutely keep the. I'll be rooting for the Hornets. Obviously, as a Knicks fan, we're still battling for that 1 seed. So we have the Knicks have the Hornets tomorrow, and then the Hornets have the Pistons. No, we have the Knicks have the Pistons on tomorrow, on Friday, and then the Hornets have the Pistons on Monday. So tough stretch here for the Pistons as they lost to the Wizards tonight, second night of a back-to-back against the Knicks, although both of them at home, so not really that big of a deal. But they might be without Jalen Duren. We'll see, which will be a big loss for them. So if they end up losing 3 in a row, if you can get them to lose 3 in a row, if the Knicks take care of business tomorrow, and then you guys can take care of business on Monday, that's 3 in a row, brother. Then suddenly the Knicks are legit, and the Celtics, legitimately in a battle for that 1 seed. Step back 3 for Lamelo. Can't get it to go. It is, my score is slightly wrong. It's 104-88. I gave 2 points on the wrong side. My apologies. CJ said Detroit is nothing without Shore, which we gave them, by the way. Detroit is nothing without Shore? Who is Shore? Who are you trying to say, Shore? Kinar said, you can ski with a ruptured ACL. You just have no stability in your knee. I blew mine out skiing. Never skied again. But I ain't a pro like, Lindsey Vonn, right? Lindsey Vonn skiing with a ruptured Achilles for sure. Is a definitely crazy story. Crazy story. J.D. Davison misses the 3. It's 104-88. It's a 16-point game. We are 3:30 to go. Obviously winding down the time to the end of the night. This one all but over except for the final score, though the Rockets still playing hard. Melo almost turns it over. Saves it over to Kalkbrenner. They get it over to Knipple. Ball gets poked out at Knipple, but he saves it. Kicks it out to Grant for a 3. Comes up short. Here come the Rockets. Trying to get it to 14. Devin said, Charlotte is starting to achieve their final form. It's such a pleasure to see. Yeah, man. Look, man, as Knicks fans, we were there. 2021, coming out of, or was it 20? Yeah, the 2020-2021 season, coming out of the COVID. Julius Randle makes his most improved player leap, makes the All-Star team. The Knicks win, how many games did they win that year? Like 48 games, I think. And they have a huge winning streak to end the season, jump all the way up to the 4 seed. So enjoy it. That was an incredibly fun year, man. Enjoy the rise. Because suddenly when you have expectations, like the Knicks have this year, season becomes incredibly stressful. So enjoy the rise. Kinar said, did I say Achilles? It's the ACL. She tore her ACL. No, she didn't tear her Achilles. I don't think it was. Could be wrong. I'm pretty sure it was the ACL. CJ said, I was saying Detroit is nothing without Duren. Gotcha. I think it's a 12-point game, by the way, with 2 minutes to go. I don't think they're nothing without Duren. They have Stewart who can step in there and definitely clean up the defense without Duren. They can't replicate the offense that Duren provides. But they can definitely replicate the defense with Stewart. So I definitely don't think they're nothing without Duren. They're definitely nothing without Cade Cunningham, I'll tell you that. He is the entirety of their half-court offense. We gave them Duren, by the way, CJ. Gotcha. Well, technically, the Knicks gave them Duren, right? Didn't the Knicks give the pick to Charlotte, and Charlotte gave the pick to Detroit? Isn't that how that went? Didn't that pick bounce around multiple teams? Sean said, Hornets taking over everyone. Put some respect on Buzz City. Brother, we have put respect on Buzz City all night, brother. Rolano said, he's our big, but we're going to get new gear, though? I don't even know what that means, brother. What does that mean, Rolano? You're going to get new gear. Javian, what's up, Javian? Is KD in the game? Bro's going to about to sell my parlay. He is not in the game. He probably won't come back into the game. This one is probably over. All but the final score. The Hornets sticking out there with their end-of-bench guys. They've cut it to 12. Lamelo has it up top. We're under 2 to go. Get it up top to Bridges. Bridges is going to have to fire a deep one with the shot clock winding down. He's going to knock it down, and that one's going to be pretty much the dagger. I mean, it's been over for a while, but Houston was building a little bit of momentum there. Quick timeout as they cut it to 12, and then Bridges knocks down a deep three, and that one's going to end it. Although Uncle Jeff Green responds with a three of his own. Maybe Unc still got it. Sean said, wait till Kobe starts playing. Yeah, man. And you added some more depth, absolutely. Lamelo up top dancing with it, coming to his left. Lobs it over the top to Knipple. Knipple down the lane. Gets blocked by Capella, but fouled. Knipple to the foul line for 2 with 1:10 to go. CJ said, yeah, it was a three-way trade, Detroit, Charlotte, and New York. Yeah, because New York also feels the same way, CJ, where we're like, damn, we gave them Durant. We also feel the same way about that. Knipple knocks down the first one. He's got one more coming. All right, this one's over. We'll be signing off after this. No other games being covered tonight. Spurs, Mavs, locked in a tight one at the end of the third there. 99-96. Cool, fun. Warriors, Spurs just tipping off here, as well as 76ers, Lakers. The games that have ended tonight, we've covered them all. Bulls, Raptors, Hawks over the Jazz, Magic over the Nets, and Wizards, surprisingly, over the Pistons here tonight. And then the Hornets will obviously end up beating the Rockets. So, last game, I think worth watching might be Spurs, Mavs, but although 76ers, Lakers might end up getting interesting. So it is, final score here is 109-97. Not final score, but score right now is 109-97. Make sure our score is correct. Bridges another three, can't get it to go. Miller comes flying in, can't get the tip, knocked out of bounds. But before we sign off, we can look at the box score and see where everybody's going to end up at. We're approaching dribbling out the clock territory. Miles Bridges with 18, 6, and 4. Let's do this. 18, 6, and 4 for Miles Bridges. Diabate with 7 and 11. 3 points away from the double-double. 11 big old rebounds. Blocks? One block. 7 offensive rebounds, though, by the way. One of the best offensive rebounders in the league. Brandon Miller, 11 in foul trouble, 21 minutes, but most of them coming here in the fourth quarter. Before that, I believe he played only 8 minutes going into this quarter. He's played the entirety of the fourth quarter so far. Lamelo with 26 and 4. Ended up with 3 turnovers, but I think he's had a phenomenal game in terms of not being able to turn the ball, not turning the ball over. Con Knipple, by the way, 6 turnovers. A lot of turnovers for Con, who had to do a lot of the ball handling with no Brandon Miller for majority of the game. But he did end up with 24 points and a very efficient 24 points, 2 for 5 from 3. Off the bench, they got nice contributions from Josh Green, who knocked down all of his threes. Trey Mann, though, a horrendous 1 for 10 from the field. Just imagine Kobe White in for Trey Mann. 23 minutes for Josh Green. Just imagine like maybe 12 to 15 minutes for Josh Green. Imagine 0 minutes for Trey Mann and, 25 to 30 minutes for Kobe White. Just imagine that. Imagine that. So the final score is going to be 109-99. We're going to sign off in a second here. Zion James had a big impact tonight. You're not going to see it on the counting stats, but he picked up 6 points. Where are we at? 6 points. 2 for 5 shooting, both of them being threes. Also, shout out, just real quick, Ryan Krockbrenner. 2 points, 4 rebounds, 4 block shots here tonight. He was fantastic. And a steal. He was fantastic. He was fantastic, even if the box scores don't necessarily show it. The Rockets, outside of Kevin Durant, didn't really do much. Jabari Smith Jr. gave him 17, but ultimately, Şengün was nowhere to be seen, and Amen Thompson was nowhere to be seen here tonight. Not felt at all in the game. And then they didn't get much production off the bench. Seems like Houston's going to start slowing down as the season goes on here, sliding a little bit. Maybe it's just a slide like the Knicks had, but overall, not a great night for them here tonight. So the final score ends up being 10, 109-99. There we go, we'll update it. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys for hanging out with us here tonight. Of course, we will be live tomorrow for our Knicks versus Pistons coverage. Boy, oh boy, is it going to be a fun one tomorrow. Shout out to all of the channel members, whether you were gifted a membership or you decided to become a member on your own. I very much appreciate it. Thank you guys for all of the support. Extremely generous, especially here tonight. Shout out to all of the Charlotte Hornets fans in the chat. If you guys choose to stick with us past tonight, I'd very much appreciate it. We are live 6 days out of the week covering as much basketball as possible I will say Knicks games take priority. If the Knicks are playing, we're covering the Knicks games. But outside of that, sometimes we do double headers. Sometimes we cover multiple games in a day. And then on days where the Knicks aren't playing, we're trying to cover as much basketball as possible, bouncing around the league. We will be live again tomorrow. We won't be live on Saturday, but we will be live on Sunday for the Knicks again, and we'll try and get a doubleheader on because the Knicks play twice. Although it is Super Bowl Sunday, so maybe not. But either way, appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. If you guys didn't know, we have the merch store up. It is live. It is linked in the chat. It will continue to be linked in the chat. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with us. John Dunn Cena. My guy John Cena was in the chat the whole time. What's up, John Cena? Thank you guys. Sons Jen, K. Hazy. My guy Devin Hines. Appreciate you, Dev. Kina Hara, Jolano, J. Hammer. Thank you guys for hanging out with us here tonight. With that being said, remember to brush your teeth before bed. Stay hydrated, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Good night, everybody. Bye.